franchises collide on the banks of the Mississippi. The New York Yankees and the St. Louis Cardinals meet in a doubleheader today. The skies have cleared in St. Louis, and the Redbirds hope to get back into the win column here with Game 1 on Valley Sports Midwest. Hi again, everybody. Brad Thompson, Chip Carey. A rainy night at the ballpark last night means both for Aaron Boone and Oliver Marmol a shift of the pitching rotations for the doubleheader today, and of course, Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's going to be Jack Flaherty in the first game for the Birds, and you mix and match, you piece it together, and Jack Flaherty, look, he's going to be facing Luis Severino. TBD, that guy scares me. I got to be honest, don't know what to expect from him. Matthew Liberatore is going to be in the nightcap, but the Cardinals need to start piecing together, Chip, some good starting pitching.
And let's talk a little more about Jack Flaherty. It seems, Brad, the first inning has been problematic. You can't afford that against a team as powerful as the Yankees.
No, you definitely can. And with Jack Flaherty, look at April. The ERA was okay. May and June has escalated. What you're seeing is less swing and miss from Jack, specifically with his fastball in the zone. The big key, to your point, is fastball command early on. Can he get ahead of counts and then get in a position where he can finish these hitters off?
Well, we'll hope that'll be the case as the hard-hitting Yankees are in town. Hard-hitting Nolan Arenado's on his way out of town. He's an all-star. Yes, he's headed to Seattle as a starter for our St. Louis Cardinals. Alexa will break that down in the studio as we continue from Busch Stadium with Game 1 of our double dip today.
Ready for a day-night doubleheader against the New York Yankees. Alexa back with you in our Valley Sports Midwest studios. And for Arenado, he's going to be making another trip to the All-Star game in a couple of weeks up there in Seattle. He's coming off a fantastic month of June. .302 batting average, 7 homers, 18 RBI, and an OPS of .967. That's not how the season started for him, though. He had one of the worst months of his career. To take a look at his season as a whole, those early season struggles saw him hit .231, just 2 homers in April. But then in May, you saw the rise in numbers, him returning to form. And just last month, he was all the way back to his all-star self, the Nolan Arenado that we are used to seeing. When we come back, we're going to take a trip around the league. A walk-off winner in Cincy yesterday. We're going to show you that next here on Valley Sports. Tied at 5 in the 11th until Spencer Steer ends it with a 2-run walk-off homer. Reds win it 7-5, their 30th comeback win this season. They're rocking the City Connect. The fans going crazy. That's the most comeback wins in the major leagues. When we return, Chip Carey and Brad Thompson will get you ready for first pitch between the Cardinals and Yankees in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. That's next here on Valley Sports.
This bud's for you by BJC Healthcare. You deserve extraordinary care. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealers. Both the Cardinals and Yankees, Brad, hit a lot of homers, but the Bronx Bombers come to town without Aaron Judge. He's injured and on the IL.
Yeah, hurt himself in L.A. running through the fence. That big toe, tore a ligament in that right big toe. No timetable right now for his return, but Chip, an enormous difference when Aaron Judge is in the lineup and when he's not. 10-11 is the record without him. They're scoring under a run less per game when he's been out there. They're not slugging as much. They've been gutting out some wins, but a different ball club.
The Yankees having to learn how to win without Aaron Judge. Hopefully they don't learn that lesson today. An historic matchup. The Cardinals and the Yankees, two of baseball's most storied franchises, collide at Busch Stadium today. They met for the first time in 1926. The Cardinals won that one in 7 games. The Yankees ran the table in 1928 against the Redbirds. And then during the war years, the Cardinals picked up a 4-1 World Series victory in 1942. Stan the Man Musial. Ah, yes, 1943 World Series. The Yankees won that one in 5, and maybe the most unforgettable season for the Cardinals, 1964, when they chased down the Phillies, won the pennant, and then took over the World's Championship from the Yankees in 7 games. Brad, 38 world titles between these two franchises.
It really is incredible when you get a chance to see these two teams on the field together. We've talked about it a lot with the new schedule. You get to see a little bit of everybody. Well, you get to see some history out on the field when it comes to the Yankees and the Cardinals.
So it's always special when we see our American League friends in pinstripes. And what's really nice is it's a nice day. It is hot. It is muggy. There is a chance for bad weather later on this afternoon. The Bad weather here in St. Louis forced a doubleheader today. It's a split bill, 1:15 and 6:15 starts. So Jim Hayes, Brad Thompson, and I will be very busy and happy to bring you a great afternoon of Cardinals Yankees baseball from Busch.
Yeah, the hope is it's a fun long day here for the Birds. Traction is something that they've been trying to find. We saw a little bit of it recently on the latest road trip for the Birds, and looking to get a little bit more of that against a tough foe in the Yankees. As we talked about a few minutes ago, not exactly the same without Aaron Judge, but still a very, very tough ball club.
And I think that's an interesting choice of words you made for the Cardinals team, and for that man in particular, traction. It's been a roller coaster season for Jack Flaherty. When he's been good, he's been very good. When he hasn't been, it's been a very tough watch at times.
No, you're right. And really, Jack Flaherty, the last couple of outings for him have been tough. Last two starts, 10 2/3 combined, 20 hits, 12 earned runs. That's not the Jack Flaherty that they need in this one. And I think, Chip, we're going to find out early on what Jack Flaherty has. His 16th start of the season. You see the ERA approaching 5. And Jack Flaherty has just had his struggles early in the ball games. Hopefully he's able to settle in early in this one.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. As you look at his Hyundai pitch arsenal, Brad, help him help himself get through these first couple of innings with a minimum of effort, if that's possible, against New York.
And it's easier said than done, right? Against this lineup and for Jack Flaherty. And we've talked to Ollie and Dusty Blake and Jack about some of the starts that he's had the beginning innings. This is not for lack of preparation, but for some reason, that first time around for Jack has been very difficult.
Life's always difficult without one of your superstars. Aaron Boone, the skipper of the Yankees in his 6th season, doesn't have Aaron Judge, but does have a lot of thunder in the middle of this lineup. Torres, Rizzo, and Kiner Falefa have been swinging good bats for the Yankees, who took 2 out of 3 from the Oakland A's, and they've scored 10 runs in back-to-back games. Yes, that is Oakland, but it still is a major league team, and something about which you have to ponder as we meet New York for the first time today. It's a different look on our Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's Cardinals defense. Alec Burleson gives Paul Goldschmidt a Game 1 day off. But also, Brad, good to see Nolan Arenado back on his feet and able to play third base today.
Yeah, it definitely is. As you know, he's been dealing with those lower back issues, so he is back in there. You know how much of an impact he can make on both sides of the baseball.
So it's a hot, sunny day for Ollie and the Cardinals. Let's see if the Redbirds can improve on a 33-47 record. The Redbirds start play today 10 games behind the Reds. You heard Alexa a moment ago talk about the roaring hot Reds. They've had 30 comeback wins this year, and they've won their last 3 games in a row. So we're set to go. DJ LeMahieu, a 2-time batting champion, versus Jack Flaherty to start Game 1. Cardinals and Yankees in St. Louis is underway, and down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. LeMahieu at 227, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in. And an even count.
It's a spot I'd love to see Jack stay with his fastball down in the zone. He can elevate it later to get his punch outs, but I love seeing that down in the bottom of the zone.
On the ground, and that sneaks through the right side. An opposite field hit for LeMahieu. So the Yankees have the first hit of the day, a leadoff single, and Jake Bauers coming up.
In a ball that catches a little bit more of the plate. You see the glove down there. This one elevating just center cut here. Ground ball through the right side. Positioned is Gorman up the middle. One sneaks through. Jack Flaherty, though, no stranger to the double play.
5 of them have come in the first inning because there has been a ton of traffic against Jack in the opening frame this year. First things first, Bauers bats and takes high and away. If you count hits and walks for Flaherty in 15 first innings this year, counting the single today, he's had 36 hits and walks in 15 innings in the first inning this year. And as Brad said, it's inexplicable. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just has taken Jack a while to settle into his starts.
Well, we saw it last time out against the Nationals. You look at the line, and he ended up giving up 6 earned runs. 5 of those 6 were in the first 2 innings, and then he settled in really well after that. But to your point, you don't have room for that. Like, you don't have time to fall in a hole like that. I like those couple of back-to-back sliders there. You know, Dusty Blake likes that, and he would love nothing more than a quick first inning for his starter here on, you know, what could end up being a very long day.
Bauers playing left field for the Yankees today. A ball and 2 strikes to him, and he heats him up. Good fastball. Like to see that. Jack's got a good heater. 94 takes care of Bowers. There's your first out.
We were talking about using that fastball down early, finish him up late. That's exactly what he does there. Elevates, goes 2 breaking balls, sliders back door, and then finishes with a heater. A good sequence.
Gleyber Torres has 12 homers for the Yankees. Kind of odd to see this club with 2 players in double digits in the home run column in the starting lineup today. Torres takes outside. 12 homers, 32 RBIs for him. This guy gets on base in a number of ways. Not afraid to walk. He's done that 33 times.
Yeah, tough to punch out as well. Like to try to stay away from him, get him extended, maybe get that ground ball.
Pretty good pitch, not called a strike for Lance Barksdale, who's got the Pentagon here in game 1.
Well, that is one you are definitely going to need, and I think if you go back there again, show that you can stay there, you'll end up getting it.
That one backed up and a makeup. Thank you. 2 balls and a strike.
Baseball's weird, Chip. Sometimes you make your pitch, you don't get it. Sometimes you miss pretty badly, like that backup slider, and you get it. See if we can execute one here down the way.
That's fouled off Kisner's glove, and Flaherty back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Something else to think about. Economy will be extremely important. It's 90 degrees. It is very humid. It's a lot hotter on the field than it is up in the stands. So quick innings would be welcome for all the defenders for both teams today.
As you know,
outside, full count.
As you know, too, a lot of the preparation for this ball game started yesterday for these guys too. Hydrating for sure, making sure you're loading up on all of your fluids, because it takes it out of you, especially as a starting pitcher. It takes it out. Chip, something I know that you take seriously.
Very, very important this time of year with summer upon us in St. Louis. And a full count pitch coming for Gleyber Torres. First time is called as he does a little landscape work in the right hand batter's box for New York. 1 on 1 out, top of the first, just underway here at Busch. Runner goes, swinging a fly ball foul. Back out of play, off to our right. That'll ricochet down to the green seats. And a young fan in the front row came away with a souvenir. She's from Washington, Missouri.
It's incredible the research you do before a game, Chip. I got to tell you.
Never stops. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes again, and another pop up again. This one a little deeper back into the seats. And that'll bounce around where a fan from Pacific, Missouri makes the play. Cardinals fans well represented southwest town here for the Yankees and Redbirds. This will be the 8th pitch for Gleyber Torres. As Brad said, likes to walk, tough man to strike out. You're seeing why here.
Yeah, guys like him are so difficult to attack, because you know you can't just fill up the zone either. He's got that big time power, really have to execute a pitch, and he does a good job of spoiling a bunch of them.
He is a double play candidate. He's hitting the most for the Yankees this year. And as we told you, Flaherty with 5 first inning twin killings. So Jack can't throw over to first without a balk being called, barring a pickoff. Let's see how the Yankees play it. They were running with Bowers earlier. One suspects they'll do it again here. Big lead. There he goes. And a line drive into center. Good jump. Diving grab. And the throw back to first will turn into a double play. Great play by Edman. The Yankees run. Good glove work turns into a double play. And New York out of luck in the first inning here in St. Louis. Here come the Cardinals. No score. We'll get the leadoff assignment. He's in right field. Paul Goldschmidt will serve as the DH today. The Cardinals get him off his feet defensively. Nolan Arenado, of course, the St. Louis All-Star starter at third base. With that in mind, Brad, as the Redbirds come up in the first, what's your Toyota key today?
Well, with all the storms around, the key is bring the thunder right now. The Cardinals offense does have a lot of that. 109 home runs, that's 7th in the league, and got a chance here against Luis Severino to bring some of that thunder. Severino making his 8th start of the season, has given up 8 long balls so far in his 36 innings of work.
Late swing there by Nootbaar, fouled away. What does this man feature?
Well, the Hyundai pitch arsenal for Luis Severino, going to get a lot of that four-seam fastball, and it's a good one. Down a tick from the last couple of years. Changeup, slider, and cutter as well, and that's going to be the pitch, that four-seamer to jump on, especially early in counts. Likes to throw that up in the zone, a pitch Newt can handle.
Sharply hit toward third, but Cabrera's got it, and Oswaldo makes the play for out number 1. Here's a look at the rest of the Yankees defensive lineup, brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Anthony Volpe's their young superstar shortstop, really high on this kid. Bowers and Kiner Falefa are infielders playing the outfield. LeMahieu's played second. He can play first, and Kyle Higashioka is the man behind the plate. This game is interesting in so many ways. Obviously, the history of the Cardinals and Yankees, but the two starters, Brad, this year have really had trouble in the first inning. To your point about bringing the thunder, this first inning might be your best shot at Severino.
No, it's a great point. Severino's got an ERA approaching 12 in the first inning, and a lot of damage has been done against him. Again, this is only his 8th start. He's given up 3 home runs, also walked 6 in the first, so don't let him settle in.
That's got to be frustrating. You've relieved and you've started in your big league career. That's got to drive you nuts because, as we said, there really is no rhyme or reason to it. How do you fix that?
Yeah, it is a maddening one, and there are different things that you can try to do in the bullpen. You can try to simulate different things, but by all regards, especially with Jack Flaherty, I don't know Luis Severino, his routine as well, but Jack has done all of that. Jack is meticulous in his preparation. There's just been something about that first inning, and a very good play to get him out of the first inning there with Tommy Edman. You hope he settles right back in, just like we saw him do against the Nationals. But it is frustrating too, Chip, when you come out of the bullpen, you feel great. You got there on the mound, everything was working in the pen, and then all of a sudden you're feeling for it on the game mound.
High pop fly, foul ground, long run for Billy McKinney, still streaking toward the netting, and he's unable to make the play. That's another swing for Goldschmidt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a lot of things to factor in today. Jack Flaherty gets through his first inning without problems. Severino's had first inning troubles. He's also had a lot of trouble away from Yankee Stadium. And this ain't Yankee Stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed inside.
Yeah, don't let him get comfortable again. I think that both of those numbers actually pair together. His first inning struggles, his road struggles. You put that pressure on him early and you continue to apply it. And that is something that this Cardinals lineup does have the ability to do, top to bottom, is apply that pressure.
The payoff pitch for Goldschmidt is served foul. He's going to see 10 pitches. That's good news. And Severino's had his share of injuries. Tommy John surgery. He's had lat problems. This guy has had a couple of seasons of 200 strikeouts. You can see the fastball velocity. He's got a good arm. But this year, a 5.25 ERA. And he missed outside. That was a close call at 98. And a start for the Cardinals. A well-earned base on balls brings up Nolan Gorman.
A good eye here by Goldie. Another guy that spoils pitches, knows his zone very well, and knows that's not in it.
So here's Nolan Gorman. He's at 15 homers, 47 driven in. I think from an offensive standpoint, Nolan's happy the calendar has flipped to July. It was a struggle for him last month. Way inside, almost hit it. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, it's something you'd really like to see for the young Gorman, is just be able to compartmentalize that month, right? It's gone. It's done. Everything is done. But he knows that he could do it at this level. We saw him. I mean, he was on a torrid pace early. Simplify it, find good pitch to hit, and put your best swing on it.
Pulled a string nicely. And an even count. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the early days of the season, what was so interesting about Gorman, he was laying off the high fastball, putting the ball in play. In June, a lot of swing and miss. Let's see how July starts for him with this at bat. It's taken low. 2 balls and a strike.
I think that what you're talking about there too is that youth still of the pressing. You want to continue to go at that torrid pace. The opposition makes some adjustments, and the key is just you making those adjustments along the way as well.
Short lead by Goldie at first. The pitch in for a strike. That's a perfectly placed 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
And not a ton he's going to do with that. You get 95 in with the fastball. He's also thrown that changeup in the same spot. A lot to cover there.
He missed a spot but got a strike. Now the pitch is fought off. Last year Severino was a 7-game winner. He made 19 starts. He held his opposition to 2 earned runs or less in a dozen of them. And for a Yankees team that's trying to hang in there in the AL East, they're getting by with 3 very important starters on the injured list. They need this guy and Garrett Cole to carry the load until Carlos Rodon and Frankie Montes and Nestor Cortez come back from injury.
Yeah, that's a lot. It is a lot to ask, and you know, isn't depth a beautiful thing? And what a great depth piece he is.
There's the high fastball. Gorman hasn't chased that a lot, but he did here and is struck out for out number 2.
This is Gas upstairs trying to protect. Did so on the last one. Couldn't quite catch up to that. That's one that out of the hand it looks so good, and then you realize you're about halfway through your swing and there's no chance you're going to catch up.
Well, Nolan Arenado's had a knack for home runs in the first inning. He's hit 6 of them. Most of them have been with men on base. That's the scenario here as he looks outside. Ball 1. Got to respect this guy. He's been playing hurt since the start of this homestand. Well, he knows the importance of each and every one of these games for the Cardinals. And after DHing for the last couple days, he's back in there playing third here in game 1. I'm guessing he DH potentially in game 2.
Well, and I'm also guessing that he's probably not feeling 100% today playing third base, but that's what gamers do, right? You answer the bell when you have the ability to do so, and Nolan Arenado is a guy that wants to be in the lineup. He wants to be on the field each and every day, and he'll do whatever he can to be there.
Rolled foul. Follow the weather bird. As it gets hotter, so does Nolan Arenado, at least this year, Brad.
Yeah, look, April was not his month. That is for sure. May, he got hotter, and how about June? I mean, June was a solid one for Nolan Arenado. He talked about it the other day. That first month, that March, April, it was arguably the toughest, the worst month of his career. But he was able to continue to work and continue to bounce back, and to me that's what a veteran player does. You know in your heart of hearts that it's gonna get better. You got to keep putting in the work and the results will be there.
Jim Hayes is joining us for the broadcast today. He'll have more on Nolan Arenado shortly as he awaits a 2-2 first inning pitch. No score, and again a slingshot throw to first. Boy, it'd be really nice to knock this guy out of the game early. The Yankees are planning to use a bullpen game for the doubleheader nightcap. Matthew Liberatore is going to pitch for the Cardinals, and then it's Montgomery and Cole tomorrow to wrap up the homestand. The 2-2. So a couple of long at bats here. Goldschmidt's on 9 pitches. Arenado's seen a good number, and he'll battle again here with an even count.
Well, Nolan Arenado doing what Goldie did, making him work right here. You can see that Severino's really trying to stay away from him. We also know this with Nolan Arenado, he can cover that pitch away, but one of those four seam leaks back over the plate, or he tries to throw one of those breaking balls, got a chance to go a long way.
So a chance for some first inning fireworks before the 4th of July. As Arenado stays alive, he'll see a 7th pitch. To your point about pitching him away, in recent times, Arenado's been hitting the ball with authority the other way, something that doesn't often happen for him.
No, not generally. I mean, you look at his spray charts, pretty incredible. What else is incredible is he hit his first ever opposite field home run as a member of the Cardinals this year. His power is to the pull side, but you're right, he's letting the ball travel a little bit more and doing a better job of taking what the pitcher gives him.
High fly ball curling toward right center. McKinney and Kiner-Falefa converge. It'll be Kiner-Falefa or IKF, as we'll call him the rest of this game. No score as we go to the second.
Voted by fans as starting third baseman for the National League. He told me this one is special. He said this one feels different. Kind of feels like the first one because I got off to such a bad start. That start was one of the toughest of my career. To be able to go through it and come out the other end as an all-star, it's a pretty cool feeling. Chip Nolan missed last year's game with that back issue. He plans on playing this time.
Atta baby, love it. He's a gamer, and he'll be headed to Seattle representing the Cardinals as Anthony Rizzo leads off for the Yankees. There's Aaron Judge. He's in town but unable to play. He's got a torn ligament in his toe. No timetable, Brad, for his return.
Yeah, certainly disappointing for the Yankee fans and honestly disappointing for baseball fans to not get a chance to see that guy. We know from a competitive standpoint it's a lot easier to face the Yankees without Aaron Judge up there taking his at-bats. I wanted to see him. I want to see one of the best in baseball out there on the field, so wishing him a speedy recovery.
But as you pointed out, for the Yankees, they're scoring a run less per game without one man, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, well, it's he's a lot bigger than one man. What he does, what he does. Yeah, no question, right? And the crazy thing is with the Yankees right now, as they come into this one, they're 9 games over 500, yet they're still 10 games back. They play in the best division in baseball, so there is little breathing room for them.
And so when you couple the pitching problems that they have had because of injury, and now you have Aaron Judge out, the numbers tell the story. He's missed 21 games, and from an offensive standpoint, the Yankees and Aaron Boone's club have gone from one of the best offenses, Brad, in baseball to one of the worst in 21 games.
Well, I think that's where it ends up being able to lean on balance, right? If you could do that. But you're right, without Judge, those 21 games, they got the fewest hits in baseball. They got the lowest on base percentage in baseball. They are not the same ball club. But nobody in the East is going to feel bad for the Yankees, right? Just like nobody in the NL Central, which is not quite the juggernaut that the AL East is, feels bad for the Birds.
Rizzo rolls over and is taken care of. Jack Flaherty has a ground ball out, the first of those in the game. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is coming up. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Cardinals at MLBshop.com.
I thought you told me you weren't going to do long form.
You told me I have to say it long form the rest of the game.
I told you have to write everything long form.
Oh.
No cheating.
Pop fly foul out of play. Yeah, it's a lot easier to write IKF.
Well, that could get messed up too.
That's a very, very dangerous proposition.
Sure is.
That backed up and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smoked and caught. What a play. Gorman, right place, right time, and that ball carried him into center.
Location, 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 and Gorman was in a very good one. Slider hung up more than Jack Flaherty wanted, but Gorman right there to snag that liner. Hard hit off the bat of IKF, but he's there for it.
Wait, whoa.
Way easier to do it that way. I don't know why you go with the full name.
Different rules for different folks. That's just not right. Here's Billy McKinney, or B-Mac, as you could write in your scorebook if you want. He's hitting .276, 4 homers, 7 RBIs. He's seen Flaherty before and has a hit against him. Right there, a strike evens it up. We'll keep you posted on the Reds today. They're hosting San Diego. That one's tied 1 apiece in the 4th inning at the Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, the Reds have been out there. You mentioned the record. They're rattling off wins, a lot of come-from-behind victories. They're playing with an energy, and they're playing with the confidence, and that's something that the Cardinals are still looking to build, that confidence of rattling together wins. Take that all day. Good slider backdoor right there for Jack Flaherty to even up the count. He's been looking better. A couple of good defensive plays behind him as well.
Yeah, no trouble in the first inning. Got a double play. He's got the first 2 outs here in the second. And a swing and a tip miss. That takes care of the Yankees. Flaherty's second strikeout. Jordan Walker goes to work for the Cardinals in a scoreless game. Second time, Brad, for our Burger King's Rule the Plate feature.
Oh, I'm liking this right here. Jordan Walker hits the ball hard, does so consistently, and hitting the ball harder than Soto, Trout, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Does that mean he's going to be better than all those guys? Of course it does.
No, we're not telling you a whopper, if you will.
Nice one.
Walker, since his recall, 24 hits at a .338 average, and he's walking more, Brad, more selective. 10 walks in that stretch. This one bounced towards short. Volpe's got it, and a quick release. That was electric. 1 out. So Severino, a man that's really been banged up by injury, facing the Cardinals here today. Missed the first 48 games of this season with a lat strain. It's the maddening thing about pitchers of his caliber. Same with Jack Flaherty. They're so good, you want them out there. And when they're not, it's a real shame for them and for their teams.
For sure. And it also takes a little bit of time, Chip, to build back up, right? You get back, you miss all that time with the lat. He missed a lot of time with the lat injury last year. 59 games he missed with that also. Then missed the season with Tommy John. It's hard to build that consistency.
That's rolled to LeMahieu at first. Easy plate, takes care of Alec Burleson. And so for Severino, our AT&T Fiber fast pitch, look at how much time this man has missed.
Yeah, it's if you're trying to think of it in a positive frame, you look at it and say, look, he's got a lot of bullets left in him. You know, he is an impending free agent. I would have to assume that there are going to be a lot of teams that are very interested in the arm of Luis Severino. He'll have plenty of suitors. Be interesting to see how he finishes this year. He's got a chance to make himself a lot of money this year as a free agent.
Paul DeYoung with 2 outs in the Cardinals' second. Didn't get that. Well, look, for the Yankees, getting to the playoffs is job number 1. Winning the division obviously is on their to-do list. As this one's cracked down the line and headed for the seats foul. For New York, it's one simple task. In simple, obviously in quotes, they got to find a way to beat Houston. That's been their playoff bugaboo. They haven't been able to get by them. That man has led the Yankees to the playoffs in 5 straight years. But they haven't gotten to the big dance or won it in a while. As this one's rolled slowly toward Gleyber Torres, he's got it. And some soft contact saves Severino. An 8-pitch second inning. And we head to the third scoreless. 5,000 fans 16 and up take home one of 3 mystery Henleys thanks to Bear, and 10,000 kids 15 and younger entering with a ticket take home a Cardinals all over print hat with elements designed by Emily Stahl. Tickets available at cardinals.com/promotions. Here's Anthony Volpe. Big swing and pop fly foul back toward us. The Yankees have brought out their heavy hitters. Babe Ruth.
I mean, stogie and all. If you're going to do it, do it. That's dedication to the craft.
Phil Melcher needs to kick that guy out. There's no smoking on the concourse.
I don't think he's smoking it. Just kind of hanging out, just like a gentleman. He might be smoking that thing.
Or, well, first the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. Flaherty's got 3 strikeouts. Good start to the third inning. There was a great PA man in Philadelphia named Dave Zinkoff, and he had a very distinctive nasally voice like that, and he would do the pregame announcements inside the arena. And the last one was, there is no smoking in the spectrum. If you must smoke, please do not exhale. That worked out well. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera. In a scoreless game, Jack's looking good today. And up and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, what I've liked with Jack so far, too, is his ability to make adjustments quickly. And it'll be nice to see this next pitch. You saw Jack, he was frustrated. That one ran off arm side. Does he get on top of this one? It's been his go-to right there. It falls behind. He's got that nice slider that he can use backdoor to some of these lefties.
And how nice is it, Brad? 35 pitches with 1 out in the 3rd inning for Flaherty. With broken bat. Burleson will flip to the pitcher covering. Perfect feed. And he's faced the minimum through 2 2/3.
Well, that was just touch right there. He went with the slider backdoor to get back into the count and then spotted his 93-mile-an-hour fastball right there in on the hands of Cabrera, shatter his bat.
Brad Thompson's personal box is occupied in full today on a beautiful St. Louis day.
A little further up there, but yes, no, the good seats, very good seats.
Higashioka is the Yankees catcher. He's got 19 ribbies. The pitch. And a shot over 3rd on the first pitch. That's the 2nd Yankees hit.
Your Chevy pitch tracks the slider from Jack Flaherty. Higashioka does a really good job staying back. You see him recognize the pitch, jumps on it. Not a terrible one. 86 down and away, but stayed on it.
So back to the top in LeMahieu. He singled softly through the hole on the right side his first time up. This guy's always been a good hitter. You win 2 batting titles, 1 in each league. That is rather obvious. But he's not a guy, Brad, that just feasted in his days in Colorado. He's hit wherever he's played.
Oh, you're right. And a guy that drives the ball to all fields. Got a good idea of what pitchers are trying to do to him. Can handle pretty much all quadrants of the plate.
Oh, that was close. But a touch low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, you don't want to fall behind 2-0, right, to anybody. But I'm loving the misses right now for Jack. I mean, those were 2 very narrow ones. Command looks a lot better early than it did last time out against the Nationals.
Perfect pitch. Two balls, 1 strike. He's lived up there. He's gotten good work out of that 94, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and now he's got a full count with Bowers on deck. He lost him, overcooked it, and the inning continues. Bowers will bat with 2 aboard and 2 outs. So as Flaherty labors on here in the 3rd inning, we step aside for a word from Academy Sports.
Hey, St. Louis fans. Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to offer all military and first responders a 10% discount now through July 4th. We appreciate your service.
Kisner out to give Jack a bit of a breather here. First time the Yankees have had a runner at second base, and the first chance for the St. Louis fans to boo the New Yorkers, who are starting to say, let's go Yankees.
Well, good. First, it's early, but it's still nice to have a little bit of that. And I think this is a good time to go out and talk to him. You know how much every single of these runs are going to cost the Cardinals. Offense has been at a premium. You want to make sure you get out of this one. Jake Bauers last time up, Jack fell behind him. A couple of sliders got back into him, punched him out with a fastball up.
Two on, 2 outs. Good pitch to start the sequence. 0-1 for Jake Bauers, who lifts that one softly toward left. Walker, glasses gleaming at the edge of the track, calls it in, and that'll take care of New York in a scoreless third. Good ball game here in St. Louis. Their long tradition of year-to-year success. 2 very long seasons of winning records in play this year.
Being a consistent organization is very difficult to do. You have to draft well. You have to develop well. You have to go out there and spend wisely. You have to have great leadership. And these 3 organizations, you see with the active winning streak, they have all of those things. Cardinals right now find themselves at risk of dropping off after this 15 consecutive winning years. That's why you'd love to see them build a little bit of momentum, but it has been fun to watch over the years, all 3 of those organizations.
Tommy Edman leads off the third for the Cardinals. The Redbirds have 1 base runner. That was a Paul Goldschmidt first inning walk. Severino has retired 5 straight. Edman, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-hand pitching Severino. And he smokes one toward left center. That's down for a base hit. So he picked the right side of the plate. That breaks up the no-hitter. And a good start for the Cardinals in the third with a speedy base runner aboard.
Yeah, I really think this is the pitch that the Cardinals hitter is going to have to be ready to jump on. Can't miss any of these fastballs. Your Chevy pitch track, it's 96, but it's middle up in the zone. That's good hitting for the Cardinals.
Andrew Knizner likes to get work done early in the count. Let's see if he can guide a ball the other way for the Cardinals. He starts play at 2-10 at the plate. And this low, 1 ball, no strikes. Edmonds 14 out of 15 in stolen base tries. With this guy throwing 97, it might be tough to try to steal on him. We'll see how the Cardinals play it. He's got a good lead. Not going, and fouled off the catcher. Even count.
Well, he throws 97, and he's also very quick to the plate right there. It was the long look at Tommy Edman, then 1-1-3 to the plate. Going to be difficult there.
We're told opposing base stealers are a perfect 4 for 4 against the Yankees right-hander. Let's see what the Cardinals do here with nobody out and the top of the order lurking. Edman bends at the waist and is chased back. Yankees think he's going to go.
That ability as a pitcher to just hold the baseball is one of the best ones. I mean, that's the one that gets that runner there. All you got to do is just stop that momentum a little bit, but it's easier said than done. You think just standing on the mound holding the ball would be an easy thing to do, but you're used to falling into like a little bit of a routine there. Severino doing a good job.
And as you know, with the pitch clock, you can't wait too long, right? You only get 2 disengagements, or you violate the pitch clock, it costs you a ball in the count. So Knizner's ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. Not going is the runner, and a check swing fouled back. Cardinals are trying to make this guy get the ball down. Gorman struck out on a pitch up and out of the zone. That check swing costs Kiz a strike.
Yeah, that one right there is one you want to be able to lay off. Obviously, good hitting count. Now he's going to have to protect. We've seen Severino make some really nice pitches with his slider away also.
Little looper into center. That's down for a hit. Edman at second will stop. And the Cardinals have their first threat. First and second. Nobody out on back-to-back singles.
Well, that was that cutter right there. Cutter down and away, and a good one off the plate for Andrew Knizner. But with 2 strikes, really protects. Lets it travel. Gets it right off the end of the bat and figures out a way to find some green grass out in the outfield.
So the top of the order greets Severino here. Lars Nootbaar rolled out to third his first time up. Got to advance the runners here at the very least, with Goldschmidt and Gorman to follow here in the home third. Scoreless game. Half-hearted bunt attempt. It was center cut and he missed it. Strike one. Cardinals are 4 for 16 with runners in scoring position on the homestand. This is their first chance today. And that's driven down the line, long way into the corner. Still going. That ball is going to be caught. Great grab by Bowers. He came out of nowhere and at the last moment made a great basket catch for the out.
Jim, I didn't think Jake Bowers had any chance at all getting to this baseball, especially after the initial jump. It looked like it took him a second to get on it, but some big-time closing speed right here from Bowers. It hangs up in the air just long enough.
Severino likes it, and why not? That is a big lift for the Yankees right-hander. He gets the out. The runners can't advance, and now he's looking for a double play ball off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie walked his first time up. Back-to-back singles and a fly out in the St. Louis third. Driven toward right. McKinney going back. Still going back. That ball is gone. On line drive homer for Goldie, and the Cardinals lead it 3-0.
What an incredible piece of hitting by Paul Goldschmidt. They're going the other way and getting Busch Stadium into it.
That was a 1-iron.
I mean, that was scorched. That ball was down, too. Slider down under the zone and just stayed right on it.
So Goldie with a couple of homers on the homestand. He got Christian Javier of the Astros. He's gotten Severino here, and St. Louis has given Jack Flaherty a 3-0 lead. Cardinals now with 3 players at 15 or more homers this year. Arenado, Gorman, and now Goldschmidt. And they're all stacked up on the lineup card today. I think Severino's stunned too. When that ball left the bat and the way McKinney took his route, I think he was thinking it was going to hit off the top of the fence.
Well, the thing is too with Goldie, such a good breaking ball hitter. So if you're going to end up throwing that pitch, even though it was down, you got to make sure it ends up being away. And Goldie on this one here from Severino, he gets the slider after he threw 97 by him. But look at him just stay down on this thing. And I love the way that you put it. That 1-iron just scorches it the other way. You see McKinney out there and right off the bat. He thought he had a beat on it. That thing just kept on traveling on this warm July day here in St. Louis.
And so the Cardinals, as has been their custom, Brad, flip of the coin as to how they score. It's home run or not home run this year.
I think that at times, like there's a bad moniker that comes with that percentage of runs hit via the long ball. But look at some of the teams that are on that list. Two of the best teams in the National League, in the Braves and in the Dodgers. You've got the Yankees that have tons of power, albeit without Aaron Judge right now, a little bit different. But that is a good thing to be able to drive the ball out of the ballpark. Now, there are times where you want to be able to manufacture, get a guy on, get him in, get him over, get him in. But I like having that ability.
So it's 3-0 Cardinals. Here's Arenado. He flied out his first time up. We could see Nolan in between innings 1 and 2 really muttering it to himself as he took his defensive position. I'm guessing, Brad, he thought he had a pitch to do damage with, and he just missed it.
Yeah, I think you're right. He had one. It was 97. It was middle away, but a pitch that you know he can drive. Ended up flying out on that one, but looking for another fastball elevated.
Slow roller left side. Bad throw. sails into right field. So Cabrera makes a bad throw. No chance for Torres to hold the bag, and the Cardinals get a break. First and second, still one out.
Well, you get the long ball, and then you'll take any help that you can get. Cabrera trying to make that throw on the run. His momentum continues carrying him towards first base. Unfortunately for him, that's exactly where the throw goes.
That looked like a case of trying to do too much, right? Trying to stop the bleeding, trying to make a heroic play when you just had to get the second out. So here's Walker. He rolled out his first time up. Chance for a big inning for St. Louis. Down and away, ball one.
Well, Chip, you talked about it in his first at bat. Jordan Walker is doing a great job of recognizing pitches, that cutter, slider that Severino can throw down and away. He's been laying off those types.
High pop fly right side. Long run McKinney still coming. Foul ground. He's going to make that play. Tagging at second is Gorman. He's going to make it. Arenado tries to tag, and they miss the tag on the cutoff. Both runners advance on a pop fly to right.
Just heads up baseball right here. Arenado sees that Volpe's got that one on the cutoff. He evades that one. But you've got McKinney going after that ball down the line. You know, all of his momentum is heading towards the stands. Why not take the base? All of a sudden, you're an overcooked pitch away from another run.
All kinds of action here in this third inning for the Cardinals. Alec Burleson, the 8th man to bat. And takes one in the dirt. Again, make this man pile up pitches. Get into a very good Yankee bullpen, but maybe make some of those guys unavailable for the nightcap. It's a 3-0 Cardinals lead on a Goldschmidt laser into the St. Louis bullpen. Alec didn't think so. 2 balls and a strike.
Definitely didn't have to be, and it's a good approach right there. He's looking for one thing in that spot, 2-0. He's looking for a fastball that's elevated. Ended up getting the slider, and fortunately for Severino, he got the call.
So from 2-0 to a 2-2 count.
It's the difference in the big leagues, isn't it, Chip? 2-0. No, there's no such thing as the fastball count. Slider gets the call. Another good slider evens up the count.
The 25th pitch is lined in left field. A base hit. That'll score a run. Burleson with a 2-strike, 2-out knock. It's 4-0.
What a pretty swing right here from Alec Burleson. He was in the driver's seat, 2-0. The count evened up. He got himself a 3rd breaking ball in a row, and he ends up just going the other way with it. Drops the head on 86 and drives in another run. Cardinals continue to apply the pressure here on Severino.
So first and third for Paul DeJong. 4 runs, 4 hits in this Cardinals 3rd inning. And another shot into left field. A base hit for DeJong. Arenado trots home. It's a 5-run 3rd.
Well, we've seen Paulie D in these spots wanting to be aggressive early, and he is on this pitch, and it's a good one. It's a cutter. It's away. It's just off the plate, but it sneaks right past Volpe over there at shortstop and drives in another one.
So we batted around here in the 3rd inning. And the man that got it started was Tommy Edman. He'll dig in again. It is hot in St. Louis, and that is just how we like it here at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals have erupted for 5 runs, and they're about to force a 60th pitch of the game from Luis Severino of the Yankees. Action has begun in the Yankees bullpen. Matt Crook is up and throwing.
Crook was activated as their 27th man for this doubleheader day. And a big change from last inning. He was only an 8-pitch second for Severino.
And you bring up a good point with the doubleheader today. Rosters do expand by 1 extra player per team. And with today's game being so specialized when it comes to pitchers, both clubs, Brad, have added a hurler for the doubleheader today.
You got to make sure you're protected. Somebody that can give you some innings. The Cardinals have brought in Dakota Hudson as their guy.
Two on and a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On a hot, humid day in St. Louis, Severino has labored through a 30-pitch 3rd inning. Two on, 2 out. The pitch. Line to short, and Volpe is there, and that'll retire the side. A great inning for the Cardinals. Paul Goldschmidt with an opposite field 3-run homer got the parade started, and the Cardinals lead by 5. RBI singles as well. Alec Burleson and Paul DeYoung. Cardinals with a 5-run 3rd. Now head to the 4th. Jack Flaherty looking good, Brad. He's got a 5-run cushion now.
Well, and this is exactly where you want to see Jack Flaherty be aggressive. Go right after him, right? This is shutdown inning. He's been efficient so far. It's been 15 pitches per inning. Gets the call right there, top of the zone. I want to see him attack right here, the heart of the order of the Yankees.
Gleyber Torres hitting to a double play his first time up. Great diving catch in center for Tommy Edman. DJ LeMahieu was running with a full count pitch, and once the catch was made, he was all the way to 3rd base. It was an easy inning ending throw to first.
Nice tight slider right there from Flaherty. It is amazing too with Tommy Edman in center field how much he has solidified things defensively for this ball club. I mean, we've seen him make some plays out there and just change some innings that could have gotten away from the Redbirds. Come on now.
Kids thought that was strike 3. It appeared to be.
Well, it's because he's in this ballpark. There's only one guy that missed it. Unfortunately, he's the one that counts behind the plate in Lance Barksdale.
Woof. 2-2. And a chopper to short. That is that. Justice is served as Torres is retired. And there is out number 1. Different look on the Cardinal infield today. For more on that, here's Jim Hayes.
Yeah, Brendan Donovan, a late scratch yesterday because of soreness in his throwing arm. He got checked out by team doctors yesterday. According to Ollie Marmol, the report was positive. Ollie said no IL stint. He can still take at-bats and DH, but no throwing for a couple of days as we let it calm down a little bit. Chip Donovan had been on fire at the plate, so they're glad he's okay.
As Anthony Rizzo takes a strike, and now it's his turn to grumble as Jack Flaherty gets ahead of him. 0-1.
Well, it is very good news with Donovan. You know how instrumental he is to what the Cardinals are trying to do. Hopefully a couple of days of rest gets that arm back to where he needs to be. So nice to have a versatile player like that you can put anywhere on the diamond. We've talked a lot about that with Tommy Edman, but I feel like Tommy is really solidified in the mix quickly.
Rizzo takes high, 2 balls and a strike. A lot of head-to-head history with Flaherty and Rizzo, as you'd expect when Anthony was with the Cubs. He's 9 for 20 head-to-head with 3 career homers. Hard to believe this is Rizzo's second full season in the Bronx after all those years in Chicago. He's had a terrific career.
Thought it was very smart too for the Yankees to end up signing him back. I mean, their big ticket item obviously was Aaron Judge on the 9-year deal. Bring back Rizzo on a 2-year deal.
And he takes ball 4. Rizzo's aboard with Flaherty's second walk of the game. And IKF is coming up. He lined out hard to second.
Getting lazy on that name, Chip.
This week on Cardinals Insider, Adam Wainwright welcomes a special group to the ballpark, and Tommy Edman relives his best moments as a Cardinal. That's Cardinals Insider tomorrow at noon on Bally Sports Midwest. (5-0) St. Louis. All 5 runs came in the home third. Jack's had a lead like this before. Last time he had a 5-run lead or better was June 2nd against the Pirates. He led 5-1 in that game, and that was one of the agonizing losses for the Cardinals. Pittsburgh came back and won that one 7-5. Don't want a repeat of that today. This time at home, the pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike.
You gotta stop bringing up old stuff, Chip. That's in the past. We're going future now.
I like it. Well, we're halfway through. This is game 81, if you can believe that. 81 more games left. After today, ground ball 2/3. Vacuumed up for 1 and 2 good strong throws. Earns Flaherty another double play. That erases a Yankees threat. Shutdown frame. It's 5-0 Birds. And that night, 25,000 fans 16 and up take home a Cardinals soccer jersey presented by Purina. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Fun day so far in St. Louis. The Cardinals with a 5-run third. And the first pitch whacked up the middle by Kisner. Nice play at second by Gleyber Torres. That was slick. And Andrews robbed of a hit, 1 out. Here in the home fourth.
Yeah, Torres made this one look easy. Gets to it quickly. Knows he's got a little bit of time here with Kisner running, so he take an extra step. A pretty good play right there by Torres.
That release reminded me of Robinson Cano. Remember how great a player he was? As Lars Nootbaar is the batter, he's 0 for 2. Robbed of a hit his last time up. Great play by Bowers in left to take away a double from him. To right center. That's down for a hit for Nootbaar. Big turnaround first. He's going for 2. McKinney's throw is going to be late. He got in a hustle double.
Gotta love everything about this for Lars Nootbaar. First, the changeup that hangs up and he stays back, and then he is hustling out of the box. He sees the play develop. He knows that he can get there. I mean, this is close right here. Good throw, but just beats it.
There's a bird's eye view. Great camera work. And a good result for Paul Goldschmidt, a 3-run homer and a walk today. 15 homers, 45 knocked in for Paul now. And Paul Goldschmidt is today's Kia player profile.
Well, Paul Goldschmidt, as we all know, one of the best in the game, hits the ball extremely hard. How hard? Well, the highest hard hit percentages in baseball, 4th highest, and a pretty good list right there that Goldie finds himself on. And not surprised to see this with Luis Severino, this 3rd time here facing Goldie, attacking more with the fastball. It was the slider that he drove the other way, somehow picked it up almost off the dirt and drove it out to right.
That's the other perplexing thing about how this season has gone for the Cardinals. As he chased a high fastball and didn't get it. Cardinals are second to the Braves in hard hit percentage, right? You hit the ball hard, generally speaking, you're supposed to have offensive success. It has been there at times for St. Louis, Brad, but at times it just hasn't clicked.
Yeah, and in total fairness, I don't think that the Cardinals offense has been their problem, or at least their biggest problem. The pitching is going to have to solidify itself if this team is going to do anything. But you're right, the goal is
crushed down the line, no doubter, and just shy of the second deck. That was hard hit.
Yeah, I think that we were talking about consistently hitting a baseball hard. Well, so rudely interrupted with a monster home run off the bat of Nolan Gorman. Got every bit of this one. 95 up and in. Pulls the hands to it and go ahead and walk it for a minute. Go ahead and give that one a look. Beautiful.
His last homer June 9th against the Reds. First homer in 12 games. And the Cardinals are pulling away. It is 7-0. It's only the fourth inning.
Well, the key to the game today was bring the thunder. We know that the Cardinals hit a lot of home runs. Severino has given up some as well. So you look at how they're scoring. The 3-run bomb, the 2-run bomb, getting it done.
Arenado tried to yank one out to left and pops that up.
Love seeing how aggressive Gorman is too. That's his 6th home run this season on the first pitch. You see something you like, you let it fly.
And Severino's woes away from Yankee Stadium have continued in a big way today. 7 runs, 7 hits, and that one's going to get to the gap. Arenado on his way to second. He'll cruise in with a 2-out double.
Chip, you mentioned this earlier with Arenado, the ability to go the other way and how he's been hitting the ball that way with authority. This is a changeup. It's down and away. It's off the plate. I mean, this is a good pitch. He goes down and gets it and just ends up burning McKinney, who's playing in, catches him in the gap.
So the 8th Cardinal hit has Arenado at second. Half of the Cardinals' hits have been extra base hits. 2 of them homers, one by Goldschmidt, one by Nolan Gorman. And it's a 7-0 lead. Another chance for McKinney and right. He'll reach up and make the play at 375. That guy's going to need the cold tub. He's been running pillar to post. The Cardinals enjoy a huge lead early. His 16th of the year has him on the cusp of 50 RBIs. And that's helped the Cardinals to a 7-0 lead. How often do you see it, Brad? A guy that runs a virtual marathon in the outfield has to lead off the next half inning.
That happens all the time, doesn't it? The old adage.
Billy McKinney is that man. He struck out his first time up. The Yankees have just 2 hits. Flaherty has looked very good. He has struck out 3, walked 2. He's gotten 2 double plays. And to your point, with a lead like this, attack, attack, attack.
Yeah,
no mercy.
Fill it up, right? Just keep going. It doesn't mean you just lay it right down the middle. You still have to execute pitches. This team that can get back in there quickly, but you are in the driver's seat right now.
And that one hit toward Arenado, who is positioned perfectly. 1 out. Anthony Volpe is coming up after a quick word from Great Southern Bank.
Find an account that fits you with affordable options, trusted guidance, and personalized support along the way. Get started at GreatSouthernBank.com.
Volpe has 3 straight multi-hit games for the Yankees, but is 0 for 1 today. And drives that one out of play, foul. They have been high on this kid for a long time. They think he will be Derek Jeter-like, if we dare say that, in the early days of his big league career.
I mean, that is a pretty big comp to throw out there, but you're right, they love him, right? And they also know that he's going to have to learn at this level. You've seen some good things. You've also seen him go through spurts of a lot of swing and miss. You've seen that chase rate be there a little bit for Volpe at this point, but a very, very talented young player.
Buckled him with that pitch. That was nice. And Jack just missed there. It's low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Volpe's a Jersey kid, first round pick in 2019. He was a Yankees fan as a kid. As this one scorched towards center, but right up the elevator shaft. And an easy play for Edman, who's got that. And 2 men are out for Oswaldo Cabrera. He rolled out to first in the Yankees' 3rd. Well, you look at these Yankees and all the numbers on their backs. You see these numbers more in spring training than you do during regular season play. You've got Judge wearing 99. This guy's wearing number 95. Well, there's a reason for that. The New York Yankees have retired numbers 1 through 10, 15, 16, 37, 42, 44, 46, 49, and 51.
There's a tiny bit of history there, Chip.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. They'll end up retiring 99. That will likely go down at some point.
Yep. And they've run out of numbers so quickly they had to retire 8 twice. And there are the Cardinals' retired numbers. Someday Brad Thompson's number might join that illustrious group.
It just depends who wears it.
Well done. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fingers crossed.
But the Yankees retired number 8 twice. Yogi Berra and Bill Dickey wore number 8 in New York. And a shot over first. Oswaldo Cabrera has a 2-out hit. Nicely played by Nootbaar to hold him to a single. And Higashioka's coming up. He had the 2nd Yankees hit back in inning number 3.
Well, this pitch ends up jamming him, but the key is you see where Kisner set up. You see where the pitch ended up. Andrew Kisner wanted that thing down and away. It was just a miss up and in. So again, it just comes back to the adjustment, right? How quickly can Jack Flaherty get right back to where he wanted to be when it comes to his location?
Higashioka didn't get it. He's down a strike. Again, it's so strange seeing this Yankees club with 3 players in their lineup in double digits of homers. But they aren't themselves yet. And waiting for the return of Aaron Judge. However, I would assume, Brad, that's a mixed blessing, because if they expect Aaron Judge to do it all by himself, that's a trapdoor waiting to open.
No, you're right. They need to continue to get production top and bottom. They're going to need to be able to pitch. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Their bullpen has been very good. They've leaned on that group. It's going to be a whole team effort to get back into things in a very tough East.
And I would imagine the Yankees will be buyers at the deadline. What they buy remains to be seen. Believe it or not, it might have to be offense for a more balanced attack in New York. The pitch. And they've got to get their starters healthy. They've got to get those guys back, obviously. They start play today. 10 games out of first place. They're in 3rd in the AL East. But the Yankees would be the 2nd wild card if postseason play were to start today. The 2-2 pitch is low. The Cardinals also 10 games out in our division. And getting some help today, the Reds are losing to San Diego. That's a 5-1 game in the 7th inning. Chance to pick up a game perhaps today.
And that's
or more.
Yeah, that's got to be the process, right? It's just chip away. Cardinals start, as you mentioned, 10 games back. They're 5 games back of 4th place right now. I mean, they got a lot of work to do.
Squibber back to the mound. Jack, nice play. And the flip to first is in time to retire the side. We're halfway home in game 1. We're at the halfway mark of the 2023 championship season, and the Cardinals lead 7-zip. Woman, Goldie, and Arenado. Don't miss DC Superhero Night at Busch Stadium Wednesday, August 2nd. Fans who buy a special theme ticket get an exclusive DC Cardinals Batman bobblehead. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/theme. I remember hearing you and Alexa talk about this promo on the Cardinals live pregame show. They said that you and I were Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and quite specifically, she did give you the Batman moniker. I don't know how I feel about it. There'll be a couple of Batmans, you know, there could be more than one. Not that Robin didn't do a good job. I'm just.
What, do you feel like an understudy or something?
It just feels like I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. Maybe it's just the whole outfit. Didn't love it.
Base hit down the line for Burleson. He turned and burned on that baby. He's chugging to second. McKinney's throw is going to be off target. Might have hit him in the foot on the way by. And Burleson with a hustle double starts the Cardinals 5th. He's Batman today. He's got a couple of knocks.
Continuing to pile on, continuing to put that pressure on Luis Severino, and continuing to hit some pretty good pitches. This one, the changeup here. He wants it down and away, though. The mistake was in, and Burleson able to pull it right past LeMahieu down the line.
Cardinals had 4 hits on the homestand with runners in scoring position entering today's play. They have 4 such hits today and enjoy a 7-0 lead. DeYoung with an RBI hit. That came in the 5-run third for the Cardinals. And had a good rip at that. The Yankees bullpen busy again as Severino's been hit and hit hard away from home yet again today.
We showed you the graphic earlier. A 7.85 ERA away from home, and boy, that thing has gone up in this one. And credit the Cardinals, have had a good approach against him. It hasn't all been mistakes from Luis Severino. They've hit some tough pitches with 2 strikes and then taken advantage of some pitches up. That's exactly what Gorman did. Gorman saw the first one he liked and gave it a charge.
One ball, 2 strikes. Well, the batted ball that I think took Severino right out of his game was the ball that Goldie hit. That was a really good pitch.
Yeah, that's one where it comes out of your hand. You say, yes. Okay, what? What do you mean? And then it's a 3-run bomb. Your back's against the wall. Then you try to make even tougher pitches.
So he may not be long for this game if he struggles even more here. He's got a full count to DeYoung. Edman and Kisner are next. Game 2 to follow us. Split doubleheader. Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. The Yankees will use a bullpen game. For the nightcap in St. Louis, the payoff pitch. Just missed with a breaking ball. And that is going to be it. Severino is going to be taken down after 4+. Aaron Boone's on his way out after his right-hander walked his 3rd batter in the game. So 5 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th for the Cardinals. We're rolling merrily along on a muggy day in St. Louis. It's 7-0. But the Cardinals are certainly in the patriotic spirit. There have been fireworks and big-time bottle rockets, offensively, defensively, and on the mound for the Redbirds in Game 1.
Yeah, but getting it done in every facet of this ball game. We've seen good defense, seen good pitching, seen timely hitting, and that's exactly what the Cardinals need to see some more of. No reason to back off now, even with a big lead. It's the Chevy call to the bullpen. Matt Crook is in. Last time out, he was your 27th man added to the roster for the doubleheader.
Originally a Giants draft pick, the Yankees got him from Tampa Bay in the AAA phase of the Rule 5 draft, and now here he is facing the Cardinals and Tommy Edman trailing 7-0. You like this idea of adding an extra player for the doubleheaders?
I think it's necessary. You do. I mean, if you have one of these games where you get blown up early and you have to go to your pen and, you know, then you're in trouble, you end up getting guys hurt. You know, so I think it's very important to be able to do that.
Ground ball toward third, off the glove of Cabrera. That'll score a run. It's 8-0 St. Louis. Couple of mistakes on the left side of the Yankees infield have cost them dearly today.
Yeah, one right here with Cabrera, the third baseman, as he's ranging towards it. It looks like he just misplays it. Get a better look at it right here. The ball just skipped on him, ended up hitting him. That's going to be a single, though, off the bat of Tommy Edman. Drives in the run. But a play that I'm pretty sure Cabrera will tell you he should make.
Kisner 1 for 2. 3 straight Cardinals have reached. And you know the assignment for Crook here. This is not an easy task. He's got to take the ball as deeply into the game as possible.
Oh, there's a good chance you're wearing this one. But if you're Crook, it's a fantastic opportunity also to go out there and prove some value here.
Scorch over third. That's into the left field corner. DeYoung will stroll home. Edman flying to third. He's getting the green light. He's going to come home. He's going to score. And the Cardinals are pouring it on.
Andrew Kisner said, why waste any time? First thing he sees, it's a sinker down under the zone, drops the bat to it, and drives it right down the line to bring in a pair. This is more like it. This is what this Cardinal offense can do. I'm not saying you're scoring 10 runs a game, but they can be dangerous all the way through their lineup.
That one all the way to the backstop. And Kisner moves up.
Well, that was funky right there by Crook. Ended up just pulling that one.
Ten runs on 11 hits. This is a lot more fun than the last game we saw against Houston.
I don't even remember that game, Chip. Don't remember it. This is far more fun.
2 balls, no strikes. Higashioka's position is called a catcher. He's having trouble doing that here.
Just gonna have to get that little guy out of his mitt. Keeps knocking everything out. Higashioka very solid behind the plate. You wonder how much these two have worked together, honestly.
I was wondering that myself. Made his major league debut June 16th at Boston. It was an unforgettable one. He gave up a grand slam in that game, and he has yet to retire a batter here in the Cardinal fifth, and that's what you kind of expect from young guys in his spot. He was again taken in the Rule 5 in the minor league phase of that. And here he is pitching in the big leagues for the Yankees.
Yeah, well, and there's a reason, you know, you get your name called. You were the hot hand at the time. You get an opportunity here. You're fresh. You're able to eat up some innings, and that's what they're going to want from him, is to settle in a little bit. But boy, it ain't getting any easier for him with Paul Goldschmidt, the reigning MVP, up to bat.
That one found the mark for Paul Goldschmidt, who got the scoring parade started in the third with a 3-run bomb into the St. Louis bullpen.
Goldie might end up trading bullpens on his home runs if he gets one of those breaking balls that comes in into him. Leave that thing middle in. You know, over his career, the dominance he has had against left-handed pitching.
Driven toward right center. Awkward route, but the catch is made by IKF. Tagging and scoring is Kisner, and the Cardinals have scored 11. Goldschmidt with a 4 RBI day today. He adds with a sacrifice fly.
We've seen a bunch of the long ball. We've seen timely hitting, and now we're seeing just a productive out there by Goldie. Again, the idea of just continuing to put together very good at-bats.
So Severino allowed 9 runs in his 4 innings. Only 7 of those 9 were earned. And now Crook has joined the fray. He's allowed 2 runs and has 1 man out. Gorman, a 2-run homer his last time up. Told you he got off to a quick start in June, but then cooled quickly. His first homer today since June the 9th. Yankees don't think Nootbaar is going anywhere with an 11-run lead, and that's way outside. Most runs Severino's allowed in a game is 10. He allowed 9 in this game. There's a strike. It's 2-2. Again, I know it's not fashionable to say there are 81 games left.
I think it's very fashionable to say, Chip.
Swing with this, and Gorman doesn't get the sweeper, and he's the second out.
I think to that point, right, same way the Cardinals dug themselves a very big hole in the first half of the season, have an opportunity to dig out of it in the second half. Got to play more consistent baseball, top to bottom. There's no question. I do believe that this offense is going to be one of the biggest keys. You're going to have to win some slugfest. Pitching's going to have to solidify, but there is time. But the interesting part is, there's that little man again. The interesting part is going to be what happens in the next 4 weeks before the trade deadline, because that's when teams are really tweaking and making those changes to get themselves over the hump.
So Nootbaar advances on what was scored a passed ball. Arenado with an RBI chance as we approach 3 o'clock in St. Louis. 11-0 Cardinals. And rolled foul. Something else you have to think about too. Look, you get this thing whittled down to 4 or 5 games by the trading deadline. With the new schedule, we don't see our divisional opponents in the middle months of the season. That all changes when you get to September. The Cardinals will have 6 games head-to-head with the Reds, who lead the division, including the final 3 games of regular season play are here at Busch against the Reds.
Yeah.
Sure, you'd love to get all 10 games back before the deadline. That would be perfect. It's possible, not likely. But if you can just stay relevant until you get into divisional play, then anything can happen. And the Cardinals today try to take a step toward that goal with a big lead. And right now, Higashioka behind the plate is riding a bucking Bronco.
Oh, yeah, there is a lot going on there. Crook right here is trying to figure out somehow, some way to get through this. Cross-firing a bunch. Higashioka, who has not seen him a ton, just trying to corral some things back there.
That was a good choice on a hitter's count pitch. Full count.
Well, the ball's moving like crazy from Crook. He's not putting it where he wants to, but the movement profile is a good one.
Jordan Walker is the only Cardinal without a hit today. He'd like to change that. Here in the home 5th, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that one was fouled at the plate. Walker, of course, will try to extend a career-high 17-game hitting streak today. The 3-2. I don't think he liked that pitch.
Well, sometimes you got to talk to yourself out there, Chip.
So here's Walker. All right, kid, get into the hit parade. Every Cardinal has one. And looks like we'll have a pinch runner at first. Arenado is going to be taken down. Dylan Carlson will pinch run. In an 11-run game with another game to follow and his back problems of late, good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Get him off his feet, potentially get some treatment, or just let him relax out there. A nice day for Nolan, and hopefully got plenty of time here for a nice day for Dylan Carlson as well.
11 runs on 11 hits for the Cardinals. And Walker, the 9th man to hit in the inning. Second time today the Cardinals have batted around against the Yankees. And a good pitch there, strike one. Yank foul. It's 0-2. Another score we'll keep an eye on for you is Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. That game is delayed. Yes, it's Pittsburgh. Yes, it's July, which means what?
Well, it's going to rain.
Bingo.
That's how that works.
No rain here in St. Louis today. The pitch is fouled back. Man, it was raining sideways here last night.
We know that we have such a broad viewership base. Hope everybody is okay with the storms that ripped through the area last night, and it did get nasty after they called it here.
Chopped off the plate, and Crook will flip to first, and that will retire the side. A couple of huge innings for the Cardinals. A 5 spot in the 3rd, 4 here in the 5th, and Aaron Boone needs a hug. Carlson, who entered for Nolan Arenado, takes over in right field. Jack Flaherty is still working for the Cardinals. He's through 5 shutout innings. Lars Nootbaar has moved to center. Tommy Evans moved from center to second. And Nolan Gorman has moved over to third.
Boy, these moves are a lot more fun when the Cardinals are on this side of things.
LeMahieu, the Yankees leadoff man. He's reached base twice. They have just 3 hits. 11 runs on 11 hits for the Cardinals. If you're scoring at home or just watching the game.
Well, you could do both, can't you? Multitask a little bit.
Little pop behind first, curling toward the line, but that'll be in foul ground. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
With all the changes, with the lopsided lead for that guy right there, your mentality is the same. You go out there, you keep attacking, you keep going out. As you take a look at some of the wholesale moves here for the Cardinals. But Jack Flaherty needs to stay right where he's at. He's made some solid adjustments from his last couple of outings.
On the ground to short. No trouble there. Flip to first in plenty of time. 1 out as we join the cat, Jim Hayes.
Chip, kind of a bummer we won't get to see Aaron Judge, who's on the IL with a toe issue. He is on the trip, and he was talking to his former teammate Jordan Montgomery before the game yesterday. Jordan starts Sunday, and he says Judge told him, "I'm ducking you." Chip.
Well, I can understand why he might say that. Montgomery's been the best Cardinals starter in recent days, and he'll pitch tomorrow. Good matchup. Garrett Cole for the Yankees.
That should be a lot of fun. One of the best in the game. Strikeout machine, having another monster year. I'm looking forward to watching Montgomery do his thing.
Giancarlo Stanton try to stay cool. Garrett Cole in that shot as well.
Who buys dinner? I mean, that's the question. Those 3 go out. Garrett Cole, Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge. The answer is probably the restaurant. I mean, they just all tip well.
Yeah, sure. Come on in, guys. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Jake Bauers. It's 2-2. Well, it's amazing with all the money the Yankees spend and have spent in the last decade or so. It's been a long time since they've won a World Series. That's got to rankle ownership. And as I said earlier, they haven't been able in recent years to get past the Houston Astros.
Yeah, it's been tough. 2009, right? Last time that they have won a championship, and you know that they're dedicated to doing so. A great organization. They spend a lot, but you know what? It's a lot more than spending. And it is, to your point, sometimes just who you run into. And are you playing your best baseball at the biggest times?
2-2 is fouled back. That's an excellent point. The Yankees have been outspent this year by the Mets. The Mets are in 4th place. The Yankees are in 3rd place. The Dodgers, with their giant payroll, are 2 games behind the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Cubs, with a big payroll, 4th place, 5 games out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to say that spending doesn't give you a chance. It certainly does. You're spending on good players. You still have to piece it together.
Flaherty with a good off-speed pitch has his 4th strikeout. He's got everything at his command today.
Yeah, 4th punch out, 2nd punch out with the curveball, and this one, some of the better depth that we've seen. A little bit slower too, 74 miles an hour on the bender.
Another big payroll team, the Padres. 8 games under 500, Brad, and 11.5 games out of first. I don't think anybody saw that coming out west.
Definitely did not, especially with a full year of pretty much full year of Fernando Tatis Jr. That's why you got to play the games, right?
That's it. That is exactly it. And can the Yankees catch Tampa Bay, who does it without a $200 million payroll year after year?
Incredible to watch. It really is what they've done over there.
Lined into center for Gleyber Torres, and he has a 2-out hit, the 4th of the game for New York, and Anthony Rizzo will be the batter. But Aaron Boone has been here before. Again, he's taken the Yankees to the postseason in his first 5 years, something that only Joe Torre and Casey Stengel have done at the helm in the Bronx.
Yeah, 10 games back, you're 9 games over 500. It's not like you're playing awful baseball.
Right.
And to the point that we showed earlier, a different ball club without Aaron Judge there. The hope is for them they get him back and are able to go on a run. As you mentioned, 3 starting pitchers on the shelf, and spent big money on a 6-year deal for Carlos Rodon. Has not thrown a pitch for them yet. Frankie Montas is on the shelf, as is Nestor Cortez.
I'm told that Rodon is going to make his first start July 7th, and that Cortez is getting closer to coming back. So adding those 2 guys will certainly help the Yankees. Getting Judge back at some point obviously is going to help. I just wonder if their offense is diverse enough with Judge being out for an unknown amount of time, if that's going to be enough to allow the Yankees to stay in the wild card race, if not the division race, and if they do get in, how far they'll go.
Yeah, it's going to be tough in the division. You would think that the idea would be, at the very least, just tread water, right? Tread water, plays decent baseball until he comes back and hope to go on a run.
Yankees have Baltimore and the Cubs on their slate before the All-Star break, so they'll go toe-to-toe with the club that's directly in front of them, the 2nd place Orioles in the AL East. As Rizzo waits a 2-2 and grounds it to the left side. Little flip to second will take care of New York. Flaherty has been terrific. He's got 11 runs to play with and shutting out New York. Every home game, enjoy games, prizes, and free frozen treats while supplies last in the Ford Plaza. That's presented by Prairie Farms. We'll cool off any way we can on a muggy day in St. Louis. The Cardinals are blasting New York, leading 11-0. Bottom of the order has been awesome for the Cardinals today. Alec Burleson part of that. Alec has a couple of hits. He scored a run. He's knocked in one. Every Cardinal batter has a hit today except Jordan Walker, which we hope will change in the latter part of this game. But as they say, the baseball gods will tell you, someone's got to make the outs in a game like this.
Well, the Yankees hoping too that Matt Crook can settle in and just give them some innings, as you mentioned last inning, Chip. I mean, he's going to be looked at to potentially eat up some of this, although there is a little action out there in that Yankees bullpen.
Little flip out to shallow left. Bowers is under it. He's got that. And that takes care of Alec Burleson. In an 11-run game, a decision for Oliver Marmol. Do you let Flaherty go back out there? Apparently, the answer is no.
The answer is no. They're hugging it out. And a nice outing from Jack Flaherty. We mentioned the last couple of outings had not gone Jack's way. Had given up 12 earned runs over his last 10 2/3. Love seeing that today.
So James Nail plays catch. He'll come on for the Cardinals and face the middle of the order in inning number 7. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, IKF, will lead off for New York.
Chip, little known fact, well, very well known to you. That's actually how we sign off every winning broadcast, is with the big hugs.
Yeah.
Up here. The whole crew gets in on it.
Yeah, we're a very close group.
Really are.
Paul Young's had a good day today. He's scored a run, knocked in a run, and has one of the 11 St. Louis hits. And Higashioka, he will need to hydrate between games. He's been a busy man back there.
Yeah, not an easy job back there anyhow. Then on a day like this, your starter gets beat up. Crook comes in, a guy that he's likely not too familiar with. Has him jumping all over the place back there.
He's the 27th man on the roster for the Yankees during the doubleheader. And that missed again. He's wild with his third walk. 1 on, 1 out in the St. Louis 6th inning. Let's enjoy now a quick word from Tickets for Less.
Tickets for Less, for a better ticketing experience. Best seats, best prices, and no surprises at checkout.
Chance for Tommy to hit right-handed again. And takes in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. All Cardinals in game 1 after a rainout last night. This game's been worth the wait. The rescheduled game follows at 6:15 tonight. What are we doing between games? We figured that out yet?
Probably a whole bunch of activities. Certainly a lot of work, maybe a little workout. I know you're a big yoga guy.
Yeah.
At least that's what those pants say.
Yoga pants and 2-year-olds never lie, Brad. I'm on page 493 of the Yankees media guide. I've done my studious research for game 2.
Surprised you haven't finished it yet.
Well,
the series has started.
There's a lot of action in the game today. Only got 35 or 6 more to go, as that's foul. Tell you all about Leonardo Pestana if he somehow makes it to St. Louis for game 2.
Oh, Leo, I'll tell you what, always been a fan.
One ball, 2 strikes. And that's up and away. Got a chance to catch up with Michael Kay. He's the longtime voice of the Yankees on TV. He's in town. Their broadcasters, Brad, are pages 508 through 514.
Oh, is that right?
In the media guide, yeah.
Kind of near the back, huh?
Back to the mound and another bad throw. And nobody held the bag at second. Man, it's been a comedy of errors for the Yankees infield in this game.
These ones are so maddening when you have an opportunity to help yourself. Labored last inning. You have so much time right there to step and throw. I mean, that is you see Crook just sidearm sling that thing. Take a step towards your target and hit him. That's going to be it for Crook.
So he tried to eat up a few innings, but he had base runners all over the place. He didn't help himself with a throwing error, and the Cardinals will try to add on. It's 11-0. Sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals, and by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Everybody in St. Louis enjoying a cold Budweiser on a day like today. It's hot here in St. Louis, and so's the offense. Cardinals up 11-0 and continue to threaten here in the 6th inning. And with that in mind, Brad, the Yankees make another Chevy call to the bullpen.
That's going to be Albert Abreu in for his 29th game of the season. Having a solid year here for the Yankees.
Abreu turns 28 in September. They got him from Kansas City on a waiver claim. He was originally acquired by the Yankees in the trade that sent Brian McCann. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Brian McCann went to Houston. And so Abreu, free and easy 97. That'll play, won't it?
You're going to get a lot of that from Abreu. It's just four-seam love. He's got a sinker, too, slider, changeup, but going to lean on that quick arm action.
And down on strikes goes Kisner on 3 pitches. 1 out for Abreu. 2 outs in the inning, and we go back to the top at Lars Nootbaar. Newt's had a good day today. He's doubled, scored, and walked. Game 2, weather permitting, follows us at 6:15. Matthew Liberatore will go for the Cardinals. The Yankees will use whomever they don't use in Game 1 to get through 9 innings in the nightcap. Two of the all-time greats there, huh? Mickey Mantle, Stan Musial.
Thought that was Fred and Seth, actually.
2 balls, no strike. We had Babe Ruth here earlier too, right?
Well, until he got kicked out of here for smoking.
Yeah, Phil got him. Phil Melcher, great security man here at Busch Stadium.
You think you're going to get away with something?
Nope.
Not on Phil's watch. Not up in here.
Three balls, no strikes. And the old automatic right through there. It's 3-1. Cardinals' first day of July has been a lot of fun. Full count. He's had plenty of fun too with a 4 RBI day. Paul Goldschmidt will be your next Cardinals batter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners lead and go. And it's on the ground to the right side. Nice play, LeMahieu. Throw to the bag, and Abreu got there in time. And that will send us to the 7th. All Cardinals in Game 1. Well, Brad, today's BJC Healthcare difference maker is the man on the mound, Jack Flaherty. Needed him to start quickly. He did, and the Cardinals offense supported him.
Well, you remember last time out, it was the hip issue that didn't allow him to pitch in London. And, boy, the hip looked good. The arm looked good. The execution looked good for Jack Flaherty. 6 strong innings. Look at him like a cat out there on the mound, helping himself out. That's what they needed out of Jack in this one. 6 strong as the Cardinals have been rolling.
So James Nail will follow him as the Cardinals go to work in the top of the 7th inning. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will lead off. Billy McKinney and Anthony Volpe.
Pick a lane. That's IKF up there.
That's tipped and caught. Strike 1.
I like the sinker slider combination of Nail. Good movement on that one.
IKF went around. No balls, 2 strikes. It's really important when a guy's in the major leagues to not have a name that's too long to write in your scorebook, right? As a 2-strike knock into left gets things started for New York in the 7th.
That's right, kids. If you have a long last name, shut it down now.
Jim Hayes has a short last name, but he's got a lot of long reports. Jimmy?
I'm going to keep this one short. It was just over a year ago, June 27th, Nail got his first big league call-up. He's been on the Memphis shuttle a few times since. Nail told me he's a different pitcher now. He said, my velocity on every pitch I throw is up. My velocity on the breaking stuff is way up. Chip, he says the improvements came from working with Dusty Blake in the offseason and putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, let's see if that hard work in the offseason is put to good use here, as he'll try to soak up a few innings for the Cardinals, preserve that bullpen for game 2 and potentially tomorrow afternoon as well. Billy McKinney is 0 for 2. Yankees have just 5 hits today. And out of play, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Imagine we'll see Harrison Bader in game 2. Longtime popular Cardinal who was traded to the Yankees, as you know. Figure to see Giancarlo Stanton as well.
If the lineup stays close to what it looked like yesterday, they had Harrison Bader
to center, and Nootbaar's got that 1 out.
They had Harrison Bader right there in the middle of it, batting 4th. So we'll see what he does against Matthew Liberatore. No, Harrison very good against the lefties. A phenomenal center fielder. Plays with incredible energy and gets to do so in front of his hometown Yankees. So looking forward to watching him out there.
Don't recognize him with the closely cropped haircut, though. Looks a little different.
Oh, he's pulling it off, yeah.
Volpe, the batter, and takes high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, the Yankees are have always been short haircut, no facial hair policy. So Bader looking clean in the Yankees road grays.
I feel like that's one I could pull off, Chip. Short haircut, no facial hair, done and done.
I could see you in the pinstripes.
Could you?
1-1 pitch is popped into left. That's going to get down in front of Walker for a base hit. So 2 on, 1 out in the 7th inning. Volpe's first hit. Again, he's got 3 straight games with multi-hits. And there you see.
Intensity still there. The locks are a little bit different. But some big energy and excitement coming out of Harrison Bader. I mean, remember last year he was traded over. He was injured at the time, but tore it up in the postseason for the Yankees. 5 home runs in October.
What do you remember most about Harrison as a Cardinal?
Yeah, the energy and the excitement that he played with. You know, Harrison Bader was a guy that went out there and he just played hard. Like you give him a jersey, he's in the lineup. Don't care where you put him, he's going to play hard. You love playing with a teammate like that. You know they love him there in the Bronx. But that was a good baseball trade, right? It was one where the Yankees were in need of a center fielder. Cardinals were in need of some starting pitching. Jordan Montgomery came over and did a fantastic job.
That one gets away, and the runners will move up. Nail's having a little trouble here in the 7th inning. I think you made a great point. Those are the kinds of deals you want to see happen, where both teams feel like they came out winners in the deal, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that is generally the goal when you're a team trying to make a trade. And for the Yankees, they had to be patient, wait for Harrison Bader to come back. He ended up coming back and making a big impact on their biggest stage. And Jordan Montgomery made an impact early.
So a passed ball puts runners at 2nd and 3rd for New York. And Oswaldo Cabrera, who's had a tough day afield, tries to improve on his 1 for 2 day at the plate. Yankees are trying to avoid being shut out. It's 11-0 St. Louis. Padres lead the Reds 12-5. That game's in the 9th inning. In St. Louis starts play today. 10 games behind the first place Reds, who have a 1-game lead over Milwaukee. And that one inside the bag at third will spoil the shutout. That'll score IKF. And the Yankees have first and third with 1 out. It's an 11-1 game.
Those ones are frustrating. Just a good inside out swing. Goes the other way with it. If that pitch is down, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Plaza Tire Service pitch track wants it down. You see Kisner tapping the ground. It ends up being up. Just allows Cabrera to get to it.
So Nail could use the double play ball. He's got the catcher up, Higashioka. And in for a strike. Believe it or not, this man in the batter's box is the longest tenured Yankee.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I recall Gary Sanchez was supposed to be the catcher of the future in New York, but it never really worked for them, especially on the defensive side of things. And he's since moved on, and Higashioka's taken over as he tries to handle this pitching staff. 1-1 count. That was close. But when you're wild, you don't get the close ones.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Got to be able to repeat that. I think that's the pitch right there, too. That good sinker down at the bottom of the zone. There's your ground ball. There's your double play. Put it down there again.
Two and two. Corbin Burns and Johan Oviedo are the scheduled pitchers in Pittsburgh, if and when they get going with bad weather up at PNC Park. Now the 2-2. That's it off the tarp to the right. Get a little cloudy here at the ballpark.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear the tarp word at all.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But no, nobody, grounds crew not attending to the tarp yet, so that's good. Got a baby at the game. Good seats there.
Fly ball to right. Dylan Carlson comes in. The runner at third tags, will not advance. And there's your second out. Top of the order coming up for New York. Fans, embrace your inner all-star. The action starts with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN. That's July 10th at 6 Central. Then catch the 93rd MLB All-Star Game, brought to you by MasterCard. That's July 11th from Seattle. Game time 6 Central on Fox. Reserves and pitchers have yet to be announced for the National and American Leagues, as DJ LeMahieu hits one to short. That should end the inning. Flip to second in time, and New York settles for one as we stretch in St. Louis with a 10-run lead. Was all the Cardinals offense needed, and Paul Goldschmidt's the man that provided it.
Yeah, he was on a very good slider that was down in the zone, 386 feet into the Cardinal bullpen. Got things going. The Cardinals continue to add on. Your StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, and I don't want to see that, Chip.
Yeah, the tarp is being pulled out here. No rain at the ballpark at the moment, but I'm guessing that Lance Barksdale, when he talked with the Cardinals grounds crew here, saw that a bad cell was approaching. A lot of pop-up thunder showers hit us here yesterday, and out of an abundance of caution, Lance Barksdale wants to make sure that the field's going to be, shall we say, in good shape for the rest of this game. But Brad, potentially you got to think about the nightcap too.
No question. And yeah, bad weather is heading in. You want to be ahead of it, certainly. And fortunately for the Cardinals, they're ahead of things in every single way in this ball game. They've been taking care of business. Don't know how long this one is going to last, but better safe than sorry for not just the field, but for everybody here in attendance at Busch Stadium.
Yeah, so they'll head to the concourse and maybe out to Ballpark Village and get refreshed on this hot, sticky day, as the Cardinals have a 10-run lead and lead this one by an 11-1 score, with the nightcap we hope to follow around 6:15 Central Time. And when that one happens, it'll be Matthew Liberatore and the rest of the New York Yankees bullpen. So we are in a Helitech rain delay. No rain yet in St. Louis, but bad weather swirling around the ballpark. And we will continue from Busch Stadium. It's game one, Cardinals and Yankees, and the Redbirds enjoy a big lead. 7-1, the Cardinals have a big lead.
Well, a well-pitched game for the Redbirds. They've been swinging the hot bat, and they've been pouring it on the Yankees. Looks like it's going to be pouring on everybody here at Busch Stadium, but you love how the Cardinals have taken care of business.
And it's an official game. We've got that under our belts here in St. Louis. 11-1 your score. We'll step aside, and in a moment, Alexa Datt will take over from our Bally Sports Midwest studios here at Ballpark Village as the Cardinals and Yankees wait out bad weather in St. Louis.
There in the distance. Yeah, the storm moving a little quicker than we would probably like. We saw some bad weather last night in this one as the game was postponed. Obviously, that's why we are attempting to play a doubleheader here today. Hello, everyone. Alexa Datt here in our Bally Sports studios at Ballpark Village. So we're going to keep you entertained for a little bit here on Bally Sports until we figure out exactly what is going to happen with this game. And remember, we do have game two, which is currently scheduled first pitch at 6:15. And then this series is scheduled to close out tomorrow on Sunday. We're going to head back over to Busch Stadium. Brad Thompson is joining me, who was just on the call. And Brad, this is the month that the Cardinals were looking for, right? Turn the page on June, even though we did see some good things there, but wait a way to kick off July.
Yeah, so happy that the calendar is changing. Who knows, right? Who knows what the rest of this month is going to look like for the Redbirds? But Alexa, they needed something like this. They needed the offense to be able to explode. We've talked about this a lot, that the offense is going to be a huge key as to what this team is going to do down the stretch. They have length in their lineup. They've got tons of power. They've shown some of that off in this ball game today. But the pitching is going to have to solidify, and that's something we've seen from Jack Flaherty in this ball game, Alexa. 6 strong innings. He bounced back. He had 2 really bad outings in a row where he ended up giving up 12 earned runs in 10 2/3 inning. He's looked good. Defense looked good. Everything in this one against the Yankees. I love the approach they had against Severino, and they just continued to pile on in this ball game.
He got a massage, nice 6-course meal during the rain delay, and now, Brad, in about 8, 9, 10 minutes, we're going to resume what is now an 11-1 Cardinals game.
A lot of amenities here at Busch Stadium that I didn't even know we could take advantage of.
It's fantastic.
It was beautiful. I am relaxed, and the Cardinals should be too after this delay that they've had. And what a game it has been early on. Your Budweiser plays of the game is this Cardinals offense. Chip, they have been outstanding.
You said bring the thunder. That's exactly what they did early and often.
Yeah, it is true. I wasn't hoping for the rain delay, but that part came in as well. Look, the Cardinals offense got it done. They had a really good approach against Luis Severino, and they hit some tough pitches too. It wasn't all just mistakes from him. They did a great job, powered up, and had some clutch hits as well.
Cardinals clobbered Luis Severino for 9 runs, Crook for 2. Abreu got 2 outs in the 6th inning, and when play resumes, the Cardinals will come up in the home 7th with an 11-1 lead in game 1, with a second game against the Yankees to follow this evening. There were bright sunny skies overhead. There was no sign of rain in the immediate vicinity of the ballpark. And as soon as the Cardinals grounds crew got the infield covered, about 3 minutes later, the skies opened, and it just stopped raining here in St. Louis about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, Chip, there's something to that radar thing. These guys know what they're doing. Bill Finley and his crew did a fantastic job of making sure that tarp was on, keeping the field as playable as possible. You know, Busch Stadium drains very well. I'm not sure I've seen that much water on the actual track. It was pouring into the dugouts, pouring into the seats, but the field looks great right now. Long delay, a tough one, but Cardinals are in a really good position right now. An 11-1 victory. They want to seal this thing up quickly.
And they have a chance to gain a game on the Reds, who were defeated earlier today by the San Diego Padres. And of course, the Cardinals with another game to follow this afternoon. There's Bill Finley. He and his grounds crew do a remarkable job. You're exactly right. The field looks practically pristine after 2 straight hours of not just sprinkling rain, Brad, but heavy rain. And not just today, but last night too.
Oh yeah, the field has taken a beating for sure, and that is a job that probably doesn't get as much love as it should, but his entire crew, they work here tirelessly to get this thing ready. And Look, this is a game yet again. The Cardinals need this. Cardinals need started action today. 10 games back in the division. Look, they're 5 games back of 4th place. A lot of things need to fall in place, and everything in this ball game was falling in place for the Birds. The offense was great. The starting pitching with Jack Flaherty doing his thing has looked good, and the hope is that the bullpen nails it down.
How hard is it to ramp up your intensity to game level after being in the clubhouse for 2.5 hours ostensibly?
You know what? It is difficult, especially right now. You're going out on the field, you're playing catch, you see the atmosphere in the stadium. Fans are still trickling in. For everyone watching at home right now, fans that have stuck around for this game, they're obviously able to stay, but you've got the gates opening for game 2 as well. So it's just an interesting transition time. But I tell you, when you lock in is when you're on the mound and you're throwing a pitch, or you're in the box and you're taking an at-bat. You'll lock in fairly quickly.
So the man that has to lock in for the Yankees is Nick Ramirez. He is the 3rd Yankees reliever to toil today. He'll answer their Chevy call to the bullpen. And as this series continues, this game, game 2, and tomorrow with Garrett Cole, if they have to use their bullpen, Brad, that is one of the great strengths of the Yankees. They have an excellent shutdown relief staff.
Yeah, they really do. The back end of their pen has been strong, and this is one where they were hoping to get even more length, out of Severino in this ball game. He lasted 4. Cardinals chased him, but get to these guys. We're going to find out. Bullpen games are not the easiest to prepare for. That's what the Cardinals are going to have in store in game 2.
So Paul Goldschmidt, who started for St. Louis, had 3 RBIs on a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning, a 4th RBI on a sacrifice fly. He's going to be taken down after the long break, and he'll be ready, I'm sure, for game 2. So Oscar Mercado is going to step in and pinch hit for the Cardinals, who lead by 10 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mercado, Gorman, Dylan Carlson, the trio for St. Louis. And after a rain delay that began at 3:32 Central Time, at 5:50, we are back in action with a foul ball for Mercado.
That first swing will loosen you up a little bit, too.
And a fly ball hit toward left. Bowers is Johnny on the spot, hardly had to move, and that's how the Cardinals home 7th begins. So look at our T-Mobile coverage cam. Nolan Gorman, boy, did he pose after a 4th inning bomb.
Yeah, you should on this one. Fastball up and in under the hands of Gorman. First pitch he saw, he knew he was going to go with the heater, and he was ready to beat him to the spot. What a beautiful thing that was.
So Gorman takes a strike. Let's see if he can hit a 2nd homer here in the 7th inning. If the Cardinals do that, your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in our Honda home run inning. And a wicket-breaking ball has Nolan behind 0-2.
A cue shot right there. That slow slider from Ramirez had him out in front. Some interesting colors there on the glove of Ramirez.
What color is that? What color are those laces?
Teal? Mint? Mint works.
Ooh, Brian Shapiro, our producer, said mint. That's pretty good.
That's good.
If he was pitching for the Marlins or the Athletics, that would be a little bit more of the color scheme. The Yankees have the black and the gray. Brian Shapiro says mint. Unbelievable. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's whacked into left, and that'll bounce in for a base hit. So a 2-hit game for Gorman, and the Cardinals' offensive fireworks continue with a 1-out single.
Chip, this is what we saw from Gorman early in the season when he was really locked in. He had the ability to hit light tower home runs, pull side, but he'd also drive the ball that way. I think that's a really good sign for him. It was a down month last month of June. July starting off hot for Gorman.
And he does it against a left-handed pitcher, which was something he very seldomly saw in the first 8-10 weeks of this season. As Dylan Carlson is your batter, his first at-bat in the game. He came on in the 5th inning for the Cardinals, replaced Nolan Arenado. Still some standing water on the warning track here at Busch Stadium. That's where a lot of the drainage takes place, especially down past the Yankees dugout. And down the left field line. I mean, if there's a pop fly there, somebody's going to be rolling through some mud puddles. 0-2. And up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember, the tarp is dumped in left field, so right behind the third baseman and shortstop, you can see a very thin red line. That infield clay that accumulates on the tarp gets dumped there in a straight line. As that ball hit toward third, and the Yankees around the horn take care of the Cardinals in the 7th. 11-1 St. Louis. We head to the 8th. Out of the season for the Cardinals, and that Hardy fan is still enjoying himself after a 2-hour and 19-minute rain delay today.
Yeah, that kid needs more cotton candy, Chip. We're going to get on that one.
We can make that happen.
On the assignment.
Get Jim Hayes involved as the Yankees come up in the 8th inning. Jake Bauers leads off. How about James Nail? He hasn't pitched in 2 hours and 20 minutes, and he's back to work.
Well, good for him. Be able to stay ready. You're sure he was keeping some heat on that shoulder, on that elbow, and ready to rock. And you know that assignment too for him. It's a long layoff, but he wants to be able to lock this thing down with a 10-run lead.
Bauers 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. And in for a strike. Nail gave up a run on 3 hits in the Yankees' 7th. That is their lone tally in the game. In fact, they have just 7 hits. This is a different looking New York club without Aaron Judge. And obviously without Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup, without Harrison Bader, without Josh Donaldson for game 1. Runs today were tough for them to come by. And Jack Flaherty, who started for St. Louis, was terrific. 6 shutout innings. All the Yankees can do is watch and wait and hope Mother Nature heals the torn ligament in his toe sooner rather than later.
Is that Mother Nature's job?
I think so. That's what I guess.
Father Time, maybe, like time might do it.
Okay, it could be a collaborative effort if you want. Ground ball foul.
It's a family issue.
Exactly right. We know Sergeant Hulk is interested.
Lost on me again.
Bless your heart.
Well, he is, we talked about it earlier in the ball game, a guy that from a competitive standpoint, you like your chances against a judgeless Yankee team, but from just a baseball fan standpoint, you want to see that guy out there. He's one of the best to play the game, prodigious power, just a star in this game. So you hope that he gets healthy quickly for the Yankees.
Yeah, and one of the great things about the new schedule is that you'll see every team in the major leagues either in your ballpark or on television every single year. As ground ball to second, Tommy Edmonds got that. There's the first out of the 8th inning. The shame of that is just the timing of the injury for Cardinals fans and Yankee fans alike here in St. Louis. They wanted to see this guy do his thing in our ballpark, and that opportunity will have to wait for a couple of years now. Here's Gleyber Torres. Torres 1 for 3. And a strike. 6 o'clock in St. Louis. It's been all Cardinals in game 1, a 2-hour and 19-minute rain delay. The Reds were thumped today by San Diego. Milwaukee is beating Pittsburgh, I should say, 11-2. That game is late. So a chance for the Redbirds to gain some ground on a couple of their divisional rivals tonight. The Cubs host Cleveland, and Marcus Stroman on the hill in just a little while. That missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll see how Stroman fares. Remember, he left our game against the Cardinals with a blister problem. That was back in London. Fly ball hit down the line in right. Carlson will run out of real estate, and that'll ricochet around, and a fan from St. Genevieve, Missouri makes the play after the long rain delay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Look at that ball explode. That was impressive. Nail's first strikeout, 2 away.
Your Plaza Tire Service pitch track. It's the good breaking ball here from James Nail. The slower curveball. He's got the slider as well, and that was a good one. That was the pitch he was trying to throw 2 pitches ago that he was able to foul off.
Anthony Rizzo is up. This guy is fearless. And the way he crowds the plate, man, oh man, he almost eliminates one half of the dish, doesn't he?
He really does. He really does. And the thing is, even if you execute a pitch in there, he can foul it off, and he can get to it, too. He can get his hands in. So he really does try to make what would be middle away, really to him, ends up being middle in. You see him step into the box right there in the front. That front chalk line at this point is gone, but he is right there on the dish.
I would imagine that makes the plate look like a postage stamp.
For sure. For sure. When you're throwing to him, you know that if you're going to go in, you better make sure you get it in there. And especially being a guy that has sink like James Nail does, you got to start it almost at his knee to be able to bring it back. Good example.
And then for Rizzo, if you do go inside, he's not afraid to get hit. He's been plunked 212 times as a major league batter.
Yeah, at some point, you just get used to it. I think that he's about there.
In fact, he's been hit by a pitch 5 times in the last 15 games while hitting for the Yankees.
I mean, that's just stubbornness is all that is. Guess it's worked out quite well for him.
Well, he's had a wonderful career. There's no doubt. Cancer survivor, started with the Padres, went to the Cubs. Now in his second full season in New York, and he takes outside on a close pitch. And Rizzo's aboard, a 2-out walk here in the 8th inning. Let's enjoy now a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. That's fun to say. Takes a strike.
That's been 50-50 on the day, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make you happy, and I'm trying to make me happy.
Look, you worry too much about pleasing others. Just say what comes naturally. It's obviously Isaiah Kiner-Falefa instead of IKF.
Ike 0-2 is his count. Do you like that better?
I like that, actually.
Okay.
Not sure if he does, but he's way down there.
Scored, and he can't catch me. He scored the only Yankees run, and that looked like strike 3, but just a bit low on ball 2 strikes.
Well, if James Nail stays down there, all that he's going to be able to do is beat that ball into the ground. Ground that will probably play a little bit slower right now with some of the rain that it took, although the infield was covered very quickly.
Yeah, I think if the Cardinals and Yankees had played on another 20 minutes and had gotten trapped by the start of rain, Game 2 might have been a big problem. It rained that hard here. So that truly was a smart and fortuitous decision for all of us. Once this game ends, we'll need 30-35 minutes or so to reset, and we'll get right back to Game 2 action here at Busch Stadium. And the 3-2 is lofted out of play off to our right. That's happened before. Look, you can't gauge how hard it's going to rain. You just do your best. But sometimes it rains so much that you put the diamond dry on, then cover the infield, and it doesn't allow any evaporation at all. It becomes just a crusty layer on top of a mud pie. And that's inside. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Dusty Blake's going to go slowly to the mound here. The Cardinals don't want to get anybody warmed up. But James has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base runners now. And this trouble comes with 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Oh, and as you mentioned, not an easy assignment for James Nail, who was out there before the delay. You have 2+ hours of trying to stay ready. And Dusty right now just giving him a second is like, hey, we know what you're doing for us right now. Start that sinker down the middle. Let it work. Don't be too fine. Let these guys get themselves out, because right now, James Nail, I know it doesn't feel like it. It's a 10-run game. This is a big job that he's eating up some innings here.
And it will be appreciated by his pen mates, his manager, and the rest of his teammates. But he has thrown 26 pitches in this 8th inning. And again, he's pitching after a 2-hour and 19-minute delay. So he'll face Billy McKinney now. McKinney 0 for 3. Billy has struck out. He's grounded out. He's flied out. And he's been running all over the place in right field today for New York.
Yeah, he has been busy. There were a couple of times playing a little bit more shallow, and the Cardinals have gotten it over his head.
Drew Verhagen starting to play catch in the St. Louis bullpen. On the ground slowly to second. Great job by Nail. He gives the Cardinals 2 relief innings in a rainy game 1. It's 11-1 St. Louis. Skies have opened up yet again here in St. Louis, and the Cardinals grounds crew has to carry that waterlogged and very heavy tarp across the infield yet again. The forecast has been calling for rain pretty much all evening tonight, Brad, and I'm told that we could not just say that the first game was official, call that one off, and then go ahead and prepare to start game 2. Game 1 had to be completed before the Cardinals and Yankees could finish up the makeup game for what was scheduled this afternoon in St. Louis today.
Yeah, from my understanding as well, it was MLB rules. If you were going to stop that first game and call it finished, you'd have to do it the same with the second. So grounds crew doing the same thing they did before, making sure they get out there before this heavy rain hits so you can end up salvaging the field for the rest of this game, and the hope is the second one. But we are at the mercy of the forecast and Mother Nature on this one.
Yeah, you question Mother Nature with a big toe. That's what caused the problem. She's mad at you. Wow. But this is one of the difficulties of the new schedule. The Yankees are only going to make one visit to St. Louis, so every effort has to be made to try to get these games in, because neither club wants to think about having New York fly back into St. Louis, where both teams lose an off day to make up one or maybe even 2 games potentially head-to-head. 2 games that the way the Cardinals hope to play, and 2 games for the Yankees as well that will be very meaningful and important.
No, for sure. You do whatever you can to get these in. That's a hope. Maybe this is a quick sell that runs through and we finish this bad boy up, because Josh Donaldson was getting ready to pitch.
In fact, he was taunting the Cardinals, saying, "You're afraid, and you're making it rain on me and my Yankees." But it's 11-1. It's yet another Helitech rain delay, and we will continue from waterlogged Busch Stadium in St. Louis in just a few moments. Of young men's nightmares.
You know, maybe give you stories to tell at the end of it, but they have been very busy. The grounds crew doing a fantastic job making sure they're getting that tarp on right before these storms pop up. Their radar is a heck of a lot better, Chip, than mine is. Didn't see that one coming, but the skies opened up. Did a good job of getting the tarp on, get it off quickly, and hopefully finish this ball game up.
Yeah, Bill and his staff are going to get a big hand, and they should. They've done amazing work in keeping this field at least reasonably playable here this afternoon. You see the groundskeeper still doing some work out in left center field, scraping up the remnants of clay, and you can see the standing water now as he takes the shovel and moves toward the foul line. Look at that water still pooling up. As you said, this field drains very well. It is a new playing surface here in the last couple of weeks, but it is being tested this weekend.
Well, it has, and it has taken on so much water already, but appears to be, and especially the infield, in fantastic condition, because I really don't think that there has been any rain really open up and catch that infield. Just a little bit there that half inning as Josh Donaldson was getting ready to start throwing, but other than that, the infield stayed pretty dry.
And as we said, Aaron Boone's going to be using a bullpen game in game 2 should it come. And with the rains falling, Josh Donaldson a chance to live every position player's dream in the major leagues. He was about to make his first pitching appearance in the show, and it was delayed for about 15 minutes. But he is back out there and ready to go, Brad, and he is not unfamiliar with pitching. He was a pitcher in high school in his days in Mobile, Alabama.
Well, I'm sure he was, and I'm sure he was a stud back there. Back in the day, now this is according to Perfect Game, he was clocked with a max velo of 81 miles per hour. That sounds familiar to me. That was in January of 2003. I had a feeling he might still, he was slinging some of them up there.
Now let's look at this game today.
Here comes the pitch arsenal. Oh no, what do you got?
Jordan Walker has a 17-game hitting streak on the line, and he's got it extended against a position player.
Well, just got his new best bolt. That's 86 right there. He's grown up quite a bit since 2003. Oh, streak still counts, right? Got to get it rolling. I don't think he was expecting that.
Pop fly foul back toward us, and just like that, it's 0-2. Look at Josh. He's trying not to laugh. He's getting encouragement from the Yankees dugout. In a game like this, you got to find a way to make it fun from the New York perspective.
Been playing catch with a breaking ball for quite some time. Here comes something.
Up the middle at second. Nice pick, Torres, and the scoop at first is in time. And Walker's hit streak is in serious jeopardy. There's out number one.
Got ahead. Donaldson pulled out the changeup. That circle change. He's been working on that one for the last 13 years playing catch. Very nice play right there at second. Good pick.
You know, this is not a guy just up there lobbing it to the plate. He's got a respectable fastball.
He's going to have a tough time doing a lot of normal operations tomorrow.
High fly ball center. IKF to the edge of the warning track, and 2 steps on it makes the play. Look at Burleson and Donaldson talking. I'll bet you Josh said, "You got to supply the power, kid," and he came up a couple feet short.
Is that that's all you got?
Yeah. Missed it by that much. I love it. Just what the Yankees need, another tough reliever. Donaldson's got his first 2 outs.
I mean, he is up there slinging it right now.
Turned that one over and missed 2 balls and a strike.
He's about out of bullets right now.
He just said fastball's coming. Oh, up and in. Almost got it. Sorry, my bad. Got a break. There's a foul ball. Something else that helps in a game like this. Donaldson could care less about a pitch clock.
No, he's going to let it go. We're going to move quickly. He said, I'm going to try to stay away here.
Fly ball again. And look at Josh Donaldson. He's going to walk off the mound. His first big league pitching performance. He gets the Cardinals 1-2-3 in the 8th. He's their MVP today. It's 11-1. Wrap this one up for the Cardinals as we head to the 9th inning. Brad, it's an 11-1 game, and Verhagen, the second Chevy called to the bullpen today.
The hope is for Drew Verhagen ends up being a quick one for him. If he does so, you'd like to believe that he'd still be available for game 2.
And Verhagen will have the bottom third of the Yankees lineup card to play with. It'll start with Anthony Volpe, who's got a 1-for-3 day today. He's trying to extend his multi-hit game streak to 4 here in the 9th inning. $11 runs, 12 hits for the Cardinals. 1 run, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Yankees. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Just a touch low, tantalizing pitch, but Volpe took it.
A pretty good one there, and maybe the thought from Drew Verhagen is he might have better feel, stay back on that breaking ball.
Scorched and pass short. So Volpe does extend his multi-hit game streak. He's done that in 4 consecutive, and that was a rifle shot past the diving Cardinals shortstop.
Well, still much rather see him try to fill up the zone, use his defense, than end up walking him. Maybe get a ground ball here.
Oswaldo Cabrera has a couple of singles, and the lone Yankees RBI today. Turned on and ripped foul. Hey, what a catch. And fans from Belleville, Illinois. Great fielders across the river.
Bring your glove, be ready.
Into right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Cabrera has 3 singles. And the Yankees have them first and second, and nobody out. You ever been to a Savannah Bananas game?
No, but I want to. I want to, because that play there, Chip, that would have been an out.
Yes. That was loud.
That's still a hit. Bananas or not.
And Higashioka is coming up. Kyle is 1 for 3 today. Yeah, they have all kinds of crazy rules with that Savannah club. And Verhagen, with a 10-run lead, is pitching behind in the count.
I could be wrong on this, Chip, but I think that banana ball rules, there's not really a traditional walk. Like if you walk a guy, the guy can continue to run until every fielder on the field touches the baseball too. I think you have to throw it all the way around.
That's one of them. I like the entertainment aspect of the game. The players have walk-up music, but it's not the walk-up music we're used to seeing and hearing in a major league game. They actually have a mariachi band that walks up to the plate with you and plays your favorite song as you get set to hit.
Is that right?
Yes.
I kind of dig
true walk-up music.
That is real deal.
Not the fake stuff.
They got some good dance moves too. I mean, these dudes are entertainers.
It is a lot of fun.
I feel like you could do that, Chip. I mean, you're up here. Your hips don't lie.
Oh, yes, they do. It's starting to rain again.
Oh, good.
And ball 3. Don't you remember the commercials? Don't fool with Mother Nature. This is on you.
It's not on me. You said Mother Nature heals injuries. That's just not how that works, I don't think. Like,
well, who else would?
I mean, Father Time, maybe. Like, it takes time. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Mel, what do you think about that?
Maybe doctors.
Mel says Mother Nature.
Is it? Yeah. Can it still be a collaborative effort?
Not if it rains again. Ball 4. 2 singles and a walk. And we go back to the top of the order and to DJ LeMahieu. Bill Finley's down by the Cardinals dugout. I think he's talking with the National Weather Service and maybe asking them to tell Mother Nature to make her mind up.
I mean, it really is crazy when you're looking at some of the radar.
Ground ball to short. Slick baseball, but the Cardinals turn it. The Yankees get a run, and we're not away. It's 11-2. No RBI, the penalty for the double play.
Well, Drew Verhagen doing what he can, getting that rosin bag, trying to keep a grip, and they're going to do everything they can to get this final out of the ball game.
But you got to worry about something bigger than this game. You got to worry about the condition of the field for game 2. So far, the infield looks to be in pretty good shape. There's no shine. There's no standing water. The mound looks to be pretty secure.
Well, this is, I mean, very difficult. Drew Verhagen in this inning has had a tough time with his command anyhow. Not going to get any better with the conditions the way that they are.
Jake Bauers, 2 balls and a strike. And Verhagen needs a new baseball. Nowhere to get your hands dry on a day like this. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a drive through the raindrops. That's an absolute missile by Bauers. Wow. His 7th home run. He picks up his first 2 RBIs, and the Yankees have picked up 3 here in the ninth. That one 446 feet.
He got every bit of this thing, and a beautiful look at it with the rain coming down. He's now got 28 hits on the season, does Jake Bauers. 17 of them are extra base hits.
Gleyber Torres tries to keep the game alive for New York. The Yankees have 10 hits now. 6 of them have come in the last 3 innings. And now the Cardinals are a strike away. Didn't chase it, even count. It's raining in Pittsburgh. It's raining in Chicago. It's raining in St. Louis. But we need one more strike to gain a game on the Reds. The pitch. Here comes the 3-2. He walked him. Four walks from the Cardinals relief staff over the last 2 innings. Nobody is up in the bullpen. You've got a 7-run lead. The tarp is covering the Cardinals bullpen mound, and Dusty Blake is going to come out and talk it over with Verhagen as the rain has almost stopped. What precipitation there is now a mist.
Yeah, as we talked about, tough conditions anyhow, but even when it wasn't soggy out, Verhagen didn't have the best feel early on, but has not gotten any easier, and this assignment stinks. I mean, it really does. A game like this, just trying to get that final out, he doesn't have a feel for his stuff right now. But you can't use another reliever. Like, this has got to be it. Got to be able to stop it right here.
And I'm sure Lance Barksdale saying, hey, keep us posted on the condition of the mound too. It's darkened up quite a bit with the accumulation of moisture, and you can see the mud-caked cleats for Verhagen as he tries to maintain solid footing here in the 9th inning. Anthony Rizzo, the batter. He's walked twice, And has a big swing and fouls it away. Drew, in his haste to get this game over with, came set too quickly and was warned to wait for Rizzo to be alert. And now he turns her loose and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Rizzo right on top of that plate. He takes the inner half completely out of the equation for many pitchers. And then you try to go in, you overcook it, you fall behind ever further. 3 balls and a strike.
Appear to be 3 changeups in a row there by Drew Verhagen. You might be thinking, look, 7-run game. Why would you even be throwing that? I think he's trying to find a feel for something that he could throw for a strike at this point.
Rizzo walks. 3rd walk of the inning. And IKF is coming up.
I think Drew Verhagen asked home plate umpire Lance Barksdale to have the grounds crew come out and work on the mound a little bit. It is, I mean, if you don't have your footing, when you land, if you are sliding, you're not going to be able to land anything. You see he was taking some off of some of those pitches, just trying to navigate the strike zone.
And fans will say, just throw it over the plate.
Boy, that's easy.
Right.
Well, and with all of the help from the stands, the throw a strike crew, that really you would think would help. But take a look at this front foot here. The slide right there, it seems minuscule. But that right there throws you off totally. If you can't stick your landing, if your spikes are not digging in, it makes it very difficult. Now, I'm not trying to explain away this entire inning here for Drew Verhagen, but certainly the last couple of pitches have not been comfortable. See that one putting a little diamond drive down. He was able to just stick the landing.
Yeah, try throwing a baseball while on roller skates or ice skates. Good luck.
I've actually never tried that, Chip.
Well, maybe a good workout routine for you when the season's over. As
core stability.
IKF is coming up. 2 on, 2 out, 3 in the 9th inning. 11-4 your score. And it drops in a strike. Here we go. Cardinals did not want to, but they have Genesis Cabrera playing catch. Smoked toward 3rd. Nice pick. 360 spin, and the Cardinals have won it. 11-4 after a couple of rain delays is your Game 1 final. Jack Flaherty picks up the win and looked terrific, as did Brad, the Cardinal offense. So we'll reset, get you set for Game 2. Matthew Liberatore will face a bullpen game for the Yankees, and the Cardinals go for a doubleheader sweep in about a half hour.